about. So won't you come on in the room? Now you sing, come on in the room. Whoa, come on in the room. Yeah, we got so much to talk about. I said we got so much to talk about. I said we got so much to talk about. So won't you come on in the room? Come on. Hey, Star fam. I apologize for my tardiness. I had a meeting that went a little over. That's why I had to change it from earlier. Because I like my 12 p.m. lives. I think that's a good time for a lot of people. 12 p.m. Pacific Standard and Eastern Standard. It seems to be a good time for everyone. But I just, it's a little crazy for me. Hopefully during the summer, it's a little bit, the schedule is a little bit more easier, but I'm here and thank you all so much for being here. Let's get into the comments. Carmen said, dang, I've been counting down to 3 p.m. LOL. See you in a few hours. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I had to move it. Baka said, LOL. Okay, I was waiting for this time too. Guys, I'm telling you, I'm going to do my best to keep the 12 p.m. because I know it's a good time, but sometimes I got to change it. I'm on the West Coast. I'm sorry. Hey, Asher, how are you? Asher also said, all right, this reunion was something. It was something. It could have been an email. Ephraim said, child, I'm sick and tired of Dorit. Her constant baiting and microaggressions were driving me crazy. Yep, and they were never clocked. They were never clocked. You could tell that Garcelle just checked out. And I'm telling you, the minute that Bose came after her for Dorit, that's when Garcelle was like, yeah, I'm not doing this. Asher said, I gotta say in the preview for part 3, I have a feeling when Sutton says to Bose, you came strong, it'll come off as a microaggression. Because in my opinion, Bose is going to try to flip it that way. She is very smart. She is very smart. And I honestly do not think that she ever thought that we would clock her. I don't think she ever thought that we would clock her, because when Sutton says you came in strong, she goes, oh, because I am strong. Girl, it wasn't that. You came in strong. You came in strong, loud, and wrong. But you are going to get your just due. And it's so sad because you keep on trying to come for Miss Kyle. You should have been buddying up to Sutton, but you didn't buddy up to Sutton because you didn't think that she was going to, that Garcelle was going to leave. You should have been trying to make it work with all of them. But now that Garcelle is leaving, you're going to be on an island by yourself because Dorit is going to do whatever she can to make that relationship with Kyle work, because they all call her the queen of Beverly Hills. And if Kyle tells her, you better put that negra in check, or you can't be a part of this clique. Because Dorit said herself, you got relationships with the higher ups, and Dorit is about to be a single mom. A single mom. And that man ain't trying to pay her. So she's going to do what she can to stay on this little job. Because what else is she going to do? Go to Beverly Beach? It doesn't exist. It doesn't exist. So she's going to do what white women do, turn on the colors to stay in favor of the whites with more authority. And Bose is going to be looking foolish because she is absolutely going to try to flip that moment. And no, me and my dark-skinned, black and proud, black power self saw that for what it was. I am strong. Girl, please. Girl, please. That's going to work against you. That's going to work against you because you're going to see Dorit start acting real funny, because Kyle is going to tell her, get her in check. Put her in her place, because who the hell was she talking to last season? Kyle is vindictive. Hey, Alana, how are you? Asher said, let's be honest. So Sutton has a past with saying a lot of microaggressions. Oh, yeah, she's an easy lick, but not this one. Nah, not with Bose. Not with Bose. We see what it is. Y'all both trying to get in the same clique. Hey, Nisha. Nisha said, hey, everyone, I'm so glad I made it. It's just me, but Beverly Hills is so triggering and has been since LVP left the way. The true Mean Girls clique gaslighting is just mentally abusive. I didn't watch part 2 yet. It's a mess. Part 2 wasn't necessary. Ephraim said, Sutton. Oh, I'm sorry. Hey, Alex, how are you? Ephraim said, Sutton definitely does. She's the only one out of the pair, Dorit and Sutton, that has actually apologized and has seemed to try to change. She shouldn't have suggested Garcelle to her mom, though. Very true. Actually said that's true. I don't know about the changing though, because she's been on the show for a while now. So she's still doing it, but she does try. I'll give her that. What I'm really curious though is it seems from the preview, Garcelle stays to the end. What happened for her to reject or to take the photo? Bose. It was probably Bose. Bose and Dorit. The Dear Show podcast said, "Hey everyone, Jennifer Tilly looked spectacular. She did." The Dear Show podcast also said, "Do you think PK and Cal bond over sobriety? Probably." Audrey O said she has a great vibe and knows the balance, when to defend something and when not to. She does. Audrey O also said, "I hope this starts soon. It's almost it's midnight where you're at. I'm so sorry." Ashley said, "I gotta say, Nikki, I'm sad I missed the live reviewing of Real Housewives of Atlanta. I was watching a Minecraft movie, LMAO, all cut up though. How was Minecraft?" A wonderful life said, "Hello everyone. Do we think Nikki thinks it's on another time?" I'm so sorry, guys. Hey, Simply Simone, how are you? Hey, Caroline. Hey, Santino, how are you? Santino said, "Hey, Star fam, did y'all see that thing on Kathy's show?" Oh, no, I did not. Hey, sup, people. Hey, CM. Hey, A Wonderful Life. Hey, Tia Bia. Hey, Shamiko. Shamiko said, "Good afternoon, Nikki. Chat, happy it's Wednesday. Hope everyone had an amazing day. Already like the video." Yes, family, please like the video to get the likes up. The likes help your girl grow in the YouTube algorithm. Hey, Mama Star. Mama Star said, "Hello, Star family. I hope you are having an amazing day today. Let's get to talking about Real Housewives of Beverly Hills." Hey, Spency, how are you? Hey, Eva. Eva said, "Hey, Nikki. Hey, Star fam. Justice for Garcelle. Love Jennifer Tilly." Absolutely. My good sis was checked out. Eva Empathy said, "Hey, Nikki, Mama Star and the fam. Dorit gave me a headache." All that yelling. The way them women let Dorit and Erica speak to them is crazy to me. Megan said, "Hey, Nikki and Star family. Nikki, would you mind doing a batch chat? Because there's so much happening between Grant, Jules drama, and Gabby Clayton feuding." You know what? I will. Hey, Tia Via, how are you? This time is perfect for me personally. Okay, so I'm just going to keep it. I want to keep it at 12. I'm going to do the 12 and 2 because those seem to be working. Alana said, "Is that head wrap that was giving you hell before it's stunning on you?" No, my sister loves this head wrap on me. Like my family loves this head wrap. And I literally got it from my favorite hair store in Atlanta. And because like I normally go to them around Christmas time and they always have festive wraps and hats and things like that in Scully. So I always go there. And I went there and I saw this one. I was like, "Oh, I got to get it." And so my family was like, they love this one. So they got me a pink one and they got me a blue one. But this one only has one braid. The ones that got me have two braids. And the two braids were a little too much for me. I think I needed a bigger head. It just was not working. Oh, okay. CM said Garcelle knew that they were going to do that foolishness again. She sure did. CM said, "For once, Sutton wasn't being microaggressive." For once. Pullover Girl said, "Hi, Nikki. Thought I missed this live. You are right on time." CM said Kyle showed her last night that she owns that show. Bo should have clocked. She's on to find out the hard way. AV Bro said, "How much does each lady make on Beverly Hills?" I read Garcelle bag $750K, Cal $1 million, Dorit. I don't think any of them are doing $1 million yet. Cal's been on for a minute, so she might be. I think OG might be doing $1 million. That's why Cal isn't leaving. Garcelle doing 750 would make sense. And I know Denise Richards got like a $3 million a season, $1 million a season contract with Bravo. Not 3 million a season, but $1 million a season. And I think she got like 3 million for 3 seasons. So that's why they gave her that show with her and her kids. Not because I don't feel like they did it because she was so interesting. I feel like they did it because they were contractually obligated to give her a show because the ladies didn't want her on Beverly Hills. But Kyle might be getting a milli for this. Dorit, I think she's probably making the same thing as Garcelle, which is probably why a lot of the ladies had an issue with her. Yakrati said, "Hey, Nikki. Hey, Star family mods in chat. Part 2 could have been an email." Absolutely. Thank you for being here, my love. Hey, Jerry. Jerry said, "I'm confused on the Bose hate. I think she was a great addition." Oh, I absolutely agree with you. I think she was great. I don't hate her. I absolutely disliked how she treats another Black woman in favor of Dorit. To watch this show, to get all of this information about this show, and to watch all of those seasons, especially the first season that Garcelle came on, and you decided to align yourself with Dorit, it's weird. So it's not hate. I do not hate her. I never said I hated her. I just do not like how she treats Garcelle and how she barks at other people for Dorit. It's very weird. There's nothing that Dorit has done to make her stand up and fight for her that way. It's very, very weird. We have yet to really learn a lot about her because she spent so much of her time getting to know the ladies by defending Dorit. It was very weird to me. CM said Dorit's face shows this definitely was something. She said Dorit got a lot going on. Palaver Girl said, I just realized Mama Reba wasn't perhaps being. Oh, it got cut off. Asher said it was really good. Jack Black never disappoints. Oh, good. Jimmy said, wow, I caught a Nikki live. Yay. Hi, everyone. Hey, Jimmy. Missed you. F. Tinney said, was Sutton on anxiety pills? Sis was way calmer than I expected. Right. I will say that. She was very chill. Very chill. Audrey O said, I wish they said that Dorit sucks more. Up to Kathy, like Kyle said. I think that they're not doing that because Dorit and Kyle are mending their friendship. I'm telling you, that clique is going to come back strong. Those Coles Cash Karens are going to link up and come back strong. And if the newbie is white, woo, bows. Shamiko said, Nikki, don't forget to sing happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Thank you for remembering. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. I need my tambourine. Happy birthday. Happy birthday, Shamiko. Blessings and blessings and blessings unto you. Thank you for being here, my love. Hey, Tardy, what's up? Shanae said, hey, Nikki, once again, I did not watch, but I'm always here for your recaps. Thank you. Palaver Girl said, after seeing Sutton turn on Garcelle, perhaps Mama Reba was warning her about Sutton two-face, pick-me nature when she said, you don't know her. She absolutely did. Oh, listen, Mama Reba absolutely gives me that she probably attended a lynching party or two. However, she was absolutely right to tell Garcelle to mind her business. Because here's what I think happened with that situation. I think Sutton vomits all her stuff out, all her issues or whatever out on Garcelle. And she literally brought Garcelle there to be a bodyguard for her against her mother. And that's why Garcelle was trying to, mend their friendship, mend their relationship, work on this, protect Sutton. And the mother said, you need to mind your business. You don't know what's going on over here. And she was absolutely right. Eva Empathy said, I just can't get over how Bose watched past seasons and still made these choices. Very weird. Audrey said, the head rep is amazing. It's good on you. Thank you. Will the diaspora panel be after part 3? After Unnecessary part 3? Yes. Here is why. My schedule is a little crazy for this week and next week. And I have to get everybody's schedule. I have to work with everybody's schedules. So I just need a bit more time for that. But I do have something coming up before that I think is going to be very, very helpful before that. So I don't know if I'll do 2 panels in the week that I do it, or if I just do a panel a week. But that panel is coming up. I just need a bit more time with that because you guys have suggested a lot of people, but people are busy. People are busy. Audrey O said, will you cover the latest with the Breakfast Club and Baldoni and Lively? What's going on with the Breakfast Club? And I'm saying out of that Baldoni and Lively mess, here's why. 1, relationships. 2, the people who are discussing that, it's like the mega right-winger people. I don't want them over here. I don't want them over here. And, that's a certain communities, it's not just the white community. I don't know what to actually call them, but it's this, that community, that sector of whiteness. I don't want them over here. I don't want them over here. And I feel like if I ever discuss that, I'm going to start bringing the people over here. And then I'm going to have to start cussing them out in lives and telling them they need to act accordingly. And, then certain names are being called and slurs. I don't ever want to attract that audience. And the people who are into that, nope. Ashley said, Cal saying she's a girl's girl. Yeah. That I was saying that. I was just like, you're telling us you're a girl's girl, but do you not know that we watched How You Treat Kim? Are we crazy? Audrey said, Bose defended poor Reed. She just met she just met more than Tilly defending her bestie Sutton. Ciao. Isma said, I think Garcelle started with Bowles when she threw her under the bus to Cal. CM said those particular folks don't like Cal either. Never did. IA said, hey, Nikki, hey, Star fam. I didn't watch your reunion, but I'm here for your review. Thank you. Isma said, I think Bowles navigates better. Garcelle aligned with Sutton, and she didn't realize that Sutton wouldn't ride for her. We're going to see how she does it, especially if she's the only one. It's going to be Lord of the Flies on that show. Jimmy said, Bowles is naive if she thinks that the Fox 4 or 5 will ever truly accept her. They are going to make her do the dirty work and use her as a shield. It's going to be embarrassing. Audrey O said, Breakfast Club, Lauren and Jess. Oh, no, I'm not going to do that. One, the Breakfast Club is extremely demonic to me. I think it's demonic. I think it's one of the worst things that's ever happened to the Black community. So anybody that participates on that, I don't. It's not for me. And Jess with the mess of Jess Hilarious, that's a sector of the Black community. I just, you know what I mean? Like, I don't, the Jess Hilarious, the Zeus, and all, it's not for me. It's not for me. I don't want to get jumped by my ancestors in the afterlife. So I do my best to make sure I'm pleasing Harriet Tubman. Hey, So Seth, guys. So Seth is here. We can finally start. Hey, S Lover said, hey, y'all. First live. Yay! Hey, S Lover. I, too, like Bowles and don't like her treatment to another Black girl. And for some reason, I don't think the girls are going to turn on her to prove the audience wrong. You know what, S Lover? I hope that's what happens. Here's the thing. Because we literally have a Nazi as a president, we are going into a different time. Like, everything is being rolled back. So before, we have to realize Garcelle was put on the show because of George Floyd and, the Black Lives Matter movement that was really popping off in 2020. She was literally a diversity hire, the best to ever do it, but she was a diversity hire. Now that, white supremacists are feeling very emboldened, and, white people who think negatively of marginalized communities are now feeling safer to speak their truth and be their true selves. I'm not sure because I think a lot of them now feel emboldened and protected by this administration. So we will see. We will see. Oh, thank you. Asher said, also, remember I said last week, Garcelle, don't confront. She talked about Erica in the dressing room, yet when she asked to address, she brings up the Morgan mess. Girl, yeah. She don't do confrontation. Well, when she's pushed to it, she'll. But you're like, yeah, Garcelle, cuss her out. She's not that girl. I don't think Garcelle has ever had like a physical fight in her life. You could tell the girls that was fighting during recess. Miss Lou said, the hold woman accountable community. Man and a woman. CM says Sutton will have to go full villain if she wants to survive. She's not going to do that. She's going to make up with Cal. And that's what I feel like. Bowles is going to be on an island of her own because Cal, I'm telling you, Bowles don't realize it. Cal is going to hold a grudge. Cal is the one that orchestrated the takedown of Garcelle at this reunion. And it's not for anything that happened last season. It's the first season that Garcelle was on. She's holding that girl. She's been waiting to get that girl out of there. She didn't know it would be this easy. So Bowles, all season, checking Cal for Dorit. Okay. Cal is going to use Dorit to get Bowles out of there. Just you wait and see. Have we not worked with white women in corporate America before? Like, she about to see it. And listen, Bowles has done it. She's worked with white women in corporate America. She's never worked with them under a microscope. And she's never worked with such a calculated clique. They have worked together and successfully gotten out everybody that Cal has ever felt intimidated by. And Cal never lifted a finger. She just orchestrated them and they all did the dirty work. Some people said the Breakfast Club and Zeus Network have done so much harm. Yeah, they're not good. It's It's his work through and through. Isma said Sutton's body language in the reunion towards Garcelle was telling. She was facing more towards Kyle. I think Kyle sent a text like she did with Bose and Sutton. Bose and Sutton fell for it. Absolutely. Absolutely. Spency said, girl, that's the community that's okay with Jonathan Majors, LOL. But I'm glad Keke Palmer cut off that interview. I would have never done it. I don't know who advised her to do it. I would have never done it. No, they don't. They don't like her. They were only liking her because they did not like Garcelle. Now that she's the only one, they're going to go back to their true selves. George said, I don't expect Bose and Garcelle to be besties, but what I find is weird is she doesn't have a problem with Garcelle, but contributes to nasty shade. Yep. Isma said, I just don't like how Garcelle only calls out Dorit and never Sutton when Sutton told Bose, you speak so eloquently, make me uncomfortable. And she called Bose angry in the after show. You guys, see, I don't watch the after show. And it seems like that's where the TB. That's where the TB. Isma said, Kathy has Sutton running last reunion. She is so soft. Kathy, it seems like Kathy don't play. They say she's a silent one, allegedly. Ashley said, I always thought Lisa Vanderpump was manipulative, but yeah, Kyle definitely was sneakier, which is scary. Yes. She is going to orchestrate the takedown of Bose, and her hands will not be dirty. Her hands will not be dirty. She got Teddy to take down LVP. Who else she got out there? She got it was LVP. Who was it? She got Renna to take out Camille. She don't play. She's running the whole show. And I could not believe, that's when I knew her and Dorit were on the outs. Because Dorit was like, you have special relationships with the producers of this show, with the higher ups. So you knew I was coming back. I was like, oh, this beef is real. This beef is real. Taisha, or is it Taisha? Said Garcelle is Haitian. Trust. She can pop off, but it would be like a volcano erupting. Yeah, and she's at work. A lot of these heifers don't realize they're at work. CM says she's not going to do white woman in corporate. She's going to do rich white woman with a certain connections. Child. Jimmy Speaks said the Fox 4-5 are emboldened and enabled by the executive producer, Alex Baskin. It will never change. It won't. It won't. See, I don't know. I don't watch the after show. Poliva Girl said, does it come on Peacock? Poliva Girl said, Bose, newsflash, you're not the boss in reality space, kiddo. We'll pray for you, but I'll chuckle when karma knocks. It's a mess. It's a mess. CM said, she said Bose came at her at Dorit like she was angry. Oh, I think y'all told me and I forgot. Oh, Lord. I'm sorry, Teddy. I'm sorry. Girl, get well. IA said, unfortunately, Kyle will destroy Bose's reputation on the show and in Hollywood within 2 seasons, and she won't even see it coming at all. Kyle is slick. Ashley said, I gotta say, Dorit versus Camille this season was great. I was team or did you mean that season? I was team Dorit. Listen, Dorit can cuss him out. Oh, it comes on YouTube. Okay, thank you. IA said Kyle even made Renna take down both of her sisters. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Eve Ripley said Alice Baskin ruined Vanderpump Rules too. I can't wait until he's gone because he will either be the death of these shows. Oh, he's probably going to stick around. Guys, I'm telling you, these shows, all of these shows are going to get real white and real racist. I think Bose might be the only black person on that show. Audrey O said, yes, Bose could have been neutral. To come in and not be neutral and not just be fun, like you're getting to know everybody this season. You come in and you just become Dorit's mouthpiece and bodyguard. It's weird. She should have not made it so obvious that she is anti-Kyle. Sutton said, why are you so angry at me? Oh. Oh my gosh. Oh, Lord. Jimmy said all of Bravo after shows are available. Okay, I'll check it out. Oh, Lord. I'm so sorry, Teddy. Oh, she's still being messy? Don't tell me she's, you know what? Let's move. No, I'm not. Teddy is not out there being messy with cancer. No. Just, I don't know. I will not. I refuse to believe that. Anyway, we've chatted long enough, mates. Let's get into the. Who the hell is this? Sierra got a new single? Like a hit of ecstasy. I can feel you on it. What a life. What a life, Sierra. What a life. You know, you marry wealthy and you just do singing now as a hobby. Marry a wealthy brother that worships your behind. Go ahead, CC. Go ahead, CC. Let's get into this review. Ciao. I just looked at my notes. I didn't put it up yet, but I'm doing a live for 90 Day Fiance, The Last Resort. Me and my mama watched that show. A hot mess. It is a Jasmine. Please binge watch that show so we can talk about it, if not tomorrow, Friday. My God, today. Let's get into the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. So like I said before, this could have been an email. We start off this reunion with Garcelle's side coaching Sutton, just like, you need to stick up for yourself and, don't let these girls. And I'm like, Garcelle, Sutton is in her 60s. If she don't know this by now, that white woman don't need no protecting from you. Especially if she sat there silent after them heifers came for you. I wouldn't be coaching her. Absolutely not. I hope you realize that friendship is done. I hope you got it, sis. I hope you got it. Like, why are you coaching her or how she should deal with them? She got more capital in that group than you. Ciao. I'm so glad she's off that show and done coddling Sutton. So we finally find out why Dorit is like real animated and real pissed off with Kyle. So Dorit says to Kyle, she says, because Kyle's like, oh my God, well, what is the issue with me and you? Like, what's the problem? What's going on? And Dorit was just like, listen, when you sat there and told everybody that I exaggerated our friendship and that we're not that close, the gloves were off, Kyle. They were off. So she was pissed about that. Also, was probably going on in her life, but she was real pissed about that because, not my charger. She was real pissed about that because she considered her and Kyle like really good friends. So she's just like, you're over here telling people that we're not the friends that I actually thought we were, and acting like I'm some kind of fan. So she said the gloves were off. So she came on this season just cussing Kyle out every which way. Let me tell you something. If you watch this reunion on Peacock, these ladies are cussers. The things that come out of their mouth, they are sailors. They cuss like sailors. If you have my grandmama tell it, it was just every word. I was like, oh my God, ladies, money can't buy you class. Oh my God. I didn't tell you guys about my smoothie. This is my sunshine smoothie. It has carrots, pineapple, strawberry, papaya, cantaloupe, banana. Oh, is it banana? No banana. And mango sea moss with almond milk. So good. Feeling my strength coming back. Feeling my strength with some protein powder. So that is what so that is why Dorit was so animated with Kyle, because she was just like, yeah, you're not going to be telling people that I'm some kind of fan, knowing good and well me and you have been real friends. You know what? I will give Dorit that, because how is Dorit exaggerating y'all friendship when you had a whole breakdown on this season, said, I've loved you and I love your husband, and all I've ever done is protect you and your kids, and I love everybody. But you're acting like she's just an associate or just a coworker and texting her husband every night. So what is the nature of the relationship? Kyle eventually apologized and just like, oh, I was upset. I was mad. So I just said those things. You meant that. And that's why that girl was so mad. You meant that. That's why she had such a problem. Because she knew that's what you meant. And you're trying to gaslight her, and she's not taking it. Listen, activated Dorit against Kyle, I'll take. Activated Dorit against Garcelle, she better sit down. I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like it. Um, so then we get to Kyle and Morgan Wade, right? So the ladies are just like, well, we don't like how you're literally dating this woman. Like, you're literally in the whole relationship with this girl, and we can't talk about it on the show. Well, you can talk about everybody else's business, right? And Andy chimes in, and he's just like, well, you did that salacious video with her. Like, yeah, clock it, Andy. You a whole video vixen in this girl's video, but nobody can speak her name or say anything about her. Andy was like, we made her a household name. I said, clock it. Clock it, Andy. He said, we made her a household name, but we can't talk about her. We put that girl on the map. We put food in her mouth, and we can't talk about her. Oh, he had a little problem with that. And Kyle was like, well, I don't want to talk about it because I don't want to do anything that's going to embarrass my children. Pause. What you mean by that? What you mean by that? Because it damn sure can't be because you're still married to Mauricio, because he's dating everybody but you. And that's the issue. So what do you mean this relationship is going to embarrass your children? Walk lightly. Walk lightly, because the blacks got their eyes on you. When the gays clock in, you in danger, mama. You in danger. Walk lightly. But I'm glad Andy clocked her, because I'm like, at some point y'all got to say something. Like, you, Mr. Boss Man, you have to step in and say something, because it's very weird that she has this whole life with this woman, but when it comes to filming, you can't speak about her, and you can't mention her, you can't say anything about her, and you just have to act like Kyle doesn't have a girlfriend. Everybody else has to show their partners, but Kyle, because she got two. Ciao. Let's talk about it. Let's go back to Dorit. I will say, not my fave, but I'm with her on this. She has a problem that Kyle is talking to her husband, right? Because they're still currently married, I think. But or at that time they were. She has a problem with Kyle, because she's just like, you're texting him, you're talking to him or whatever. And she was playing it real cool with Kyle. And Kyle was like, I'm not. It's not like a big deal. Like, okay, I said this one thing. They clocked that scene again. They ran back the scene where she was saying, I'll never share anything else with you. And everybody was just like, we didn't think it was salacious. We just think it's inappropriate that you're texting your friend's husband this. Like, that's not your husband. You should not be saying, I would never share anything that we have shared together with anybody else. Are y'all besties? Like, what's going on? You met PK through Dorit. So it's weird. Like, you established a relationship with her, but now that you and her are on the outs, you're besties with her man. I think it's weird. And I agree with Dorit. And Kyle was just trying to make it seem like it wasn't a big deal. And then Dorit simply said, Kyle, he tells me everything. And that's when Kyle's demeanor changed, because she knew that Dorit knew everything that she said about her to that man, and probably read them text messages that they were sharing back and forth about her. And Kyle was like, no, I was just telling him that we weren't talking. No, you were dragging that woman to her husband. Why would you do? You think you had a better relationship with PK than Dorit? Like, it's just so weird to me that you felt, oh my God, I realize why it's weird to me, because I am not male-centered. Kyle is extremely male-centered. A male-centered woman will absolutely gossip and drag her friend to their husband. That's something a male-centered woman would absolutely do. So to be like, I'm a girl's girl, I come from a family of women, and I have sisters and I've raised daughters, that don't mean nothing. You are absolutely male-centered, because a male-centered woman is also dumb enough to think that a man that they are dragging, whose wife they are dragging to, right, when they're on the outs, will not tell their wife everything, especially during some pillow talk. So that's when Kyle's demeanor changed. After Dorit said, he tells me everything. So Kyle didn't want her tea exposed because Dorit was ready. Dorit was ready. So Kyle was just like, oh, listen, I love you. I said, I bet you do. I bet you do love her. Because she was ready. Miss Dorit clocked in. Oh, she was ready for Miss Kyle. But I will say, I think we spent like far too much time on Kyle, Dorit, and PK. PK wasn't there. He couldn't say his piece. Kyle and Dorit weren't really getting anywhere. They finally made up. But I just wanted to say, this is why people have a problem with Beverly Hills, right? Because the second part of the reunion, you spent the majority of the reunion talking about Kyle's issue with Dorit and with PK. If that is the most interesting storyline of the season, the bar is so low for Beverly Hills. They're just allowed to be mediocre every time. But every other show, if the ratings are, oh my God. But Beverly Hills is just, they're not delivering. Kyle literally just sits there. She just exists on that show. And her excuse is, I've shown my life. We still don't know your life. We know Kim Richards' life. We don't know your life. We really don't. We know you got these kids, and that's about it. We really don't know your life because nobody can talk about it. We don't know. So she's able to skate because she's besties with producers. The other ladies are making up fake storylines or telling us stuff that they want us to know and not the stuff that's already out there. I told you I had a huge problem with this show when there was literally footage of one of the people that Dorit and PKO following Dorit around some what do they call it? It's not a spa, some resort, saying, "Where's my $300,000?" She was following her. Dorit, where's my money? Dorit, give me my money. And she posted it on her social media or whatever, and it went viral. And it was never talked about. That doesn't make any sense. If we already know about it, we want y'all to discuss it. But nobody's talking about their financial issues. Nobody's talking about these people constantly being sued by people for scamming them. Why can we not talk about that? Kyle, a whole video vixen with her child bride that she's been dating for over a year now. They're on her Instagram, booed up all over the globe. They're globe hopping all over the world, but y'all can't talk about it? It's weird. Like, why are you showing us this if we can't discuss it? It's a weird. Erica, the people still ain't got their money. They keep on suing her. Nobody talks about it. But we spend the entire season watching her decorate a rental. Some people saying it's a pool house. Some people are saying that's not even her home. She's living in somebody's pool house. My God, today. But that's a storyline right there. Why? That's a more interesting storyline than whatever else hell she was feeding us. And here's why it's more interesting, because Erica came on as one of the wealthiest on the show. She has so much money. I have 3 private jets, and I have so much money. I built my own church. Now she don't have it. That home in Pasadena with the church, it's in foreclosure. People are doing poverty tours in that home in Pasadena. We can't talk about it. None of them housewives talked about how it doesn't snow in Pasadena. She's talking about this man was lying in the ditch in some snow in Pasadena. None of them questioned it. It's weird. But y'all want to jump on Garcelle, who's just like, this is all Garcelle be doing. She be, really? I don't know about that. Like, at least she's the only one commenting on the stuff that's not making no sense. But this show can just be dry. This show can give us nothing. And they just keep on coming back with the lackluster storylines while all this other stuff is going outside that everybody knows of. Everybody knows. The only reason why we're talking about Mauricio is because there were some paparazzi pics of him. And I don't even think it was paparazzi. I think it was somebody who watches a Bravo fan who watches the show. They saw that it was Maurice. And they said, that ain't Kyle. Took a picture and sent it to People Magazine or something like that. That's the only reason why we're talking about it. But that's always been the talk of the town. But nobody will say anything. We had one good moment with that psychic. And after that, nobody said anything else about it again. It's just like they can always be mediocre and they will always get another season. They should definitely be put on pause. Beverly Hills don't deliver like that. I will never forgive Bravo for canceling and rebooting New York when Beverly Hills was right there. Beverly Hills was right there. Listen, New York had a little rough time. They had a real rough time. But you on that show, we had wealthy white women peeing, defecating on themselves, cheating on their husbands on camera, you know, fighting like they was giving us something. They showed up. This woman is a nut job, and I don't ever want to see her on TV again. But I just briefly thought about what Ramona said. The Jewish community bullied her in college. She was like, yeah, they're mean people. I was like, the entire Jewish community bullied you in college? What did you say, Ramona? What did you say? But I'm just like, how you going to cancel them, reboot them, and Beverly Hills is giving us nothing? Nothing. At least in Orange County, they got us a white woman that get evicted every season. At least. She gets evicted every season. And instead of going and getting a job, she goes on a shopping spree. Yes, at least give me some chaos. And she's dating an Italian scammer that dresses like a Dominican. Specifically, a Dominican that's a manager at a T-Mobile. Give us something. Give us something. Beverly Hills don't deliver. And the one person who was holding them accountable and being like, well, this is really what's happening. Can we talk about it? They got her off the show. They do it every time. They do it every time. They do these takedowns every time and they ruin the show. And they'll just get another season and it'll be the same dry cast. And you will see all of these things happening in their lives. You'll have all these receipts of what's happening. You'll have all these documents coming out. You'll have all this footage of Dorit getting evicted from something else, but we'll never talk about it on the show. They can be mediocre and still win. It's crazy. It's crazy. Anyway, Jennifer Tilly arrives. Adorable. She's just cute and fun, and I love her. And this is what you need. You need a fun person on the show who, even in conflict, she's good. Because they were talking about the after show and how she was just like, how is Dorit affording to stay at the Beverly Hills Hotel? Jennifer, good save. Because you meant what you said, but you realized it was a little shady. But you meant what you said. Jennifer was just like, because everybody knows the real deal. Everybody knows Dorit ain't got no money. So she's just like, how was she at the Beverly Hills Hotel every damn weekend? What's going on? So what she said was right, but it did come off as shady. Even Garcelle was like, "Ooh, okay." So she was like, "Oh, I'm sorry, Dorit. And if it was mean, I'm sorry. I didn't mean it like that. I was just saying, something else. But if it was really mean, it would really, really hurt you. I want you to have that, and I want you to understand that I really do feel bad. But I understand it was me. Okay, go ahead and say what you have to say. You're not gonna beef for somebody like that. She's hilarious. She's absolutely hilarious. She's absolutely wealthy, and she's a legitimate celebrity. Did you see the way Andy was looking at her? She's not going anywhere, and she's fun. You need somebody like this. She's fun. She legitimizes the show. She is actually Beverly Hills. She's probably the only one who actually lives in Beverly Hills. She's good. She's a good time. I really like her, and I really enjoy her on that show. And they should keep her as a friend of Jennifer. You don't want to give this show too much. Give them a little bit and have a good time and go on about your business. You and Kathy, that's all y'all need to do. Y'all do not need to get involved in this show. Just be there for a good time. And I love that she admitted. She was like, oh, everybody knows that I'm the ultimate Housewife fan. And she was just like, it was very fun to watch, but then it got serious. She was like, yeah, and when Erica tried to confront me, it was a little, I didn't like it as much. She's a good time. Keep her on the show. Then Kathy arrives straight from the whiz. It was cute though. I really, really did like her outfit. I thought it was so cute. Here's the thing. I like kooky Kathy. Kathy is out of her damn mind. The way that she just says whatever she wants. People just like, oh, Kathy is doing it to be intentional. This is how old people are, guys. She's just old. Old people don't have a filter anymore. They feel like every day they're about to die, so they're just going to say what they have to say. And she was just like, Maurice looks old. And she was just like, yeah, I was so shocked that there wasn't a larger age gap between Dorit and PK because he's an old guy. She just says whatever is on her mind. But let me tell you something. I knew she was the queen bee. I didn't know she was a queen bee like that because Sutton, Polly Pocket, she had them little legs shaking. Because Kathy was just like, I didn't like that Sutton didn't have my back. I didn't like it, so I said something to her. And Sutton, what did you say, Sutton? Tell him, Sutton. And so I was like, oh, well, I understood that Kathy wasn't sad, so I just let her, but Kathy, I love her. I love Kathy. There's no issues there. Oh, I said, okay. I said, oh, that Hilton money long. That Hilton money is long. But I love it. But I love her. She's fun. She's out of her mind. She's even justifying saying that she was Chinese 300 years ago before Jesus arrived. Like, just who says that? Nobody but a wealthy nut job. And she was like, this lady at the Max Mara show. And Andy was like, what? No, she looked at me and she told me, that I was Chinese 300,000 years BC. Yeah. Andy was like, oh, so this happened at a fashion show? He was like, Kathy, where did she get this information from? On her phone. She looked it up for me and showed me. Nut job. That's what you need. You need a kooky, wealthy woman on this show. And you can't have too much of her. Because if you have too much of her, she's going to say something offensive. Get. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Y'all know what I'm talking about. But she was fun. Let's get to Bose. I hate when it's one of us. I absolutely hate it. The thing that's so sad about Bose is that she had no issues this season. She could have came in, got to know everybody, and just been her fun, gorgeous self. Because she's great TV. You love to watch her, right? But it's the fact that she keeps on inserting herself in Dorit's beefs. There's no reason for you to say anything about Kyle. Like, one thing that I know about Kyle is that she's a liar. How the hell do you know that, Bose? You're sitting down and chatting with somebody, a really good friend of hers, who's at odds. Never get in between the beef of friends because they are going to make up. And when they make up, they're going to gang up against you. Never get into friend drama. Stay out of it. She didn't allow herself to just come in, get to know these ladies, and have a good time. She immediately made enemies of people that were Dorit's enemies. Very weird. It's odd. Her in Kenya this week, weird to me. I don't understand how they're moving. Absolutely odd. What is your issue with Kyle? Why are you going on record calling this lady a liar? And I'm telling you, you're next. Because when they played that clip of you calling Kyle a liar, she looked at the clip and then she cut her eye to you. I said, she's done. She don't even know. You should have watched all seasons of The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. She don't know. Kyle and that light bulb head turned around and looked at Dorit. Clocked it. And they all knew. I will say this, since we're speaking about Dorit again. I'm in here. Dorit and Erica, The way they speak to these women on the show is so weird to me. The way that Dorit was talking to Kyle, the way that Dorit was talking to Sutton, the way that Erica talked to all of them ladies on that season where she was just falling apart because she didn't want to give burn victims any money. Insane that they sit there and they take these verbal assaults from these women. I'm literally watching my TV and I'm looking at these ladies like, are y'all gonna say anything? She's like yelling, just yelling at Sutton. I'm marching, Miss Manners, and Sutton just taking it. I don't know what downers she was on, but girl, share the wealth, because Sutton was just taking it. And she's like yelling, and I'm like, everybody's just like, even Andy was like, is anybody going to say anything back? It's very weird that they let them speak to them that way. I don't know why, but I will love if we get a woman on this show that will clap back. Like, who is that guy? I don't watch Zeus, but I keep on seeing this clip, and it's like, why are you yelling at him like that? And I think the guy's name is Jason or something like that. And one of the guy looks at the guy, Jason, he says, yelling? What do you mean yelling? He said, yelling! Like you need a bigger yeller, and you need a bigger nut job on this show. We need somebody who's going to course correct these two. Because they just think that they're so big and bad, and the way that they talk to people is okay. We need somebody who will course correct. We need somebody who's going to course correct. It's absolutely going to be another white. No way are they going to keep this show diverse. No way. We're resorting back to Jim Crow. No way. No way. So hopefully they got somebody on that will come on the show with some cojones, because I do not want to see another season of Dorit yelling at people. I can't. I can't. That's all I have to say about this show. What do you guys have to say? Let's get into it. Thank you. She's so good. She's so good. I love it because it's starting to get hot here in LA. I'm literally about to put my ear on. But this is the season when I get snatched. This is the season when my fupa goes into hiding. Because I don't know about anybody else. And I don't know if this is a medical condition. If it is, let me know. But for me, when it gets hot, I can't. The eating is cut. I start, you would think that I'm fasting. I'm not. I just cannot eat when it's daylight, especially if it's hot. I can't do it. It's all smoothies for me. It's all fruits and vegetables. I don't turn that stove on. I don't feel like all that heat. Absolutely not. And because smoothie season is coming back, bye-bye, Fupa. I'll see you in November. Oh, we got a super chat. Okay. Thank you, Allie. Allie said, I don't understand how people go up for Sutton. She's as mean and nasty as her mother. Look at how she speaks to the people who work for her. I think her fans look the other way because of Garcelle, or because she reminds them of her mother, or because she reminds them of their mother. Thank you, Allie. Thank you so much. Wait, I'm trying to get we got that one. Jimmy said, I wish Teddy well on her recovery, but she is very petty and strange to call out people who didn't reach out to her. Oh, really? What is going on? Oh, Teddy, please. Whoa. Audrey O said, she really is. I saw that she was saying about who was wishing her well. Oh, Lord. Poor lady. Yeah, it just randomly came up, and it was just, and I just know for some reason I think I was listening to some music, and so when I picked it up, it was on my iTunes, and it was just this lady with her legs like this, and I was like, "Who is this?" It was Sierra. Miss Wilson, down. Sam, he don't play. He does. We are going to talk about it, Spency. He absolutely does. And I think I know why. Jasmine clocked it. Jasmine clocked it. Paulo Girl said Audrey is 100. Teddy cannot let Petty self heal in peace. Chiming in on SM with term. Oh, okay, guys. Let's just send her. You know she not in her right mind. She dealing with some stuff in the name of Jesus. IA says she sure is, but I give her a pass because none of you know how we will act when you're Oh, guys, no, we're not going to put her in the grave. No. Hey, D, thank you for being here. Thank you for being here. You're right on time, my love. Hey, Elise. Elise said, hey, Sir Fam, can't wait to talk about these Karens. They are going to be boring with no G to talk about next week. Ciao. Audrey's responding to Ephraim. KMV said, hey, the way the producers were zooming in on Envy's faces. Oh, are you talking about the who's Envy? On the Envy faces this episode. Ciao. Erica. Erica ain't had nothing going on. And they let her skate. Jimmy said, Cal never liked to read, just needed an extra soldier. Oh, absolutely. The yelling. It's too much for me. CM said Cal didn't need her friendship. She had Morgan for that. Ooh. So easy. Isma said, I only give Kyle a bit of grace because she probably thinks this is for a storyline and she doesn't want to start picking sides because if Dorit gets back with PK, it will be awkward. It sure will. She needs to stop texting that lady's husband. The Internet H said, I wouldn't be as annoyed with the Kyle thing if she wasn't currently running around. Like, her whole Instagram is her and Morgan. Eve said, Dorit baiting Sutton until Sutton finally says something to her and then saying, there she is. Yeah, there she is. She's coming out. No, but they'll keep on doing that because nobody's going to check him. CM said, and she doesn't want Morgan. She doesn't want Morgan to think she's like her ex. It's just weird. Then stay in the damn closet. Like, what are we doing, Kyle? What are we doing? It's weird. This lady is all over your Instagram, but they can't talk about the relation. It's weird. And what do your children have to do with it? Mauricio don't care. Maurice, as Kathy calls him, Maurice don't care. She will make sure to call him that ethnic name. Child. Anyway, S. Lover said Kyle already embarrassed him last season when she was parading her around everywhere. It's weird. Asher said Kyle was shook when Dorit said PK tells her when Kyle calls him. Girl, say what? I'm just like, why wouldn't you think that? Ephraim said, I believe Kyle and PK were trashing Dorit a bit. She was. Dorit was talking like she already knew. She was just like, he tells me everything and I read everything. So she knows. She just wanted Kyle to be honest. Maybe nothing too crazy, but enough to be inappropriate. Yeah. Very much so. Right? What daughters? Momi said Cal doesn't even like her sister, so her using that as an example of being a girl's girl fell flat. Yeah, it didn't land. The Internet 8 said, why Doreen and PK still talking when they are divorcing and having so many issues? Sounds like a scheme to me that Todd set up. The Internet 8 said most of the women on cast are male-centered except for maybe Cal and are male-centered except for Cal. Cal is very male-centered. Paula Girl said PK is such a meanie that he probably told Dorit what Kyle said to hurt Dorit. Absolutely. Or probably when Dorit was talking about Kyle, he probably chimed in because he's messy. He's Peter Thomas Bailey if he were an albino. Jimmy says we never get a clear answer on any of the issues. We still don't know how Mauricio broke Kyle's trust. Nope. Akosa said, I'm not a fan of Kyle, but Dorit is annoying. I don't know how she hasn't been ate up yet. Same. Ashley said, Kyle really must be so male-centered to think PK would keep what she says to him and not tell Dorit. I mean, doesn't she know PK? Absolutely. It's ridiculous. Yes. She was running around that pool. Dorit was pop, pop, pop. And that girl was like, where's my money? Where's my money, Dorit? Never brought it up. Ben had money problems. They get a new home every season. Jimmy says Dorit chases around the pool. We had to talk about Lucy apple juicy. Yeah. Everybody said, you know, they aren't going to bring up Erica's lawsuit next season, and I'm already annoyed by it. Yeah. Jimmy said, I hope Christopher Priscilla, Marco designer, wins that lawsuit. His life was totally ruined. Yes. Yeah. Listen, Kyle, bring him on. Like, what are we doing? Let's have a show. Okay. Dalface said Tom has been found guilty and waiting to be sentenced. Erica's storyline is over, other than that lawsuit coming up. Yep. F. Tinney said, Cal thinks we're stupid. No one is ending a decade-long relationship with a wealthy man if some ish didn't really go to knock it off, Cal. Goodbye, Cal. Eva says, I think they should do a mix of past housewives, Camille and the new girls. The thing about it is Camille just has to stay off the show because they keep on trying it with Camille and she just don't be landing. We need Camille Grammer when she was with Kelsey. Paulo Girl said, so glad Garcelle clapped back in the dressing room. What? I don't commit crimes or have horrible divorces. I don't care. I know the flunkies are seeing it now. Yeah. Oh, absolutely. I don't ever want to see her on TV again. But bullied by the entire Jewish community at your college, she's been a menace. Tia Bea, what's up? So remember Lynn Curtin and her husband got evicted on TV? Yep, the sheriff came right into... I'm sorry. That's when I quit the show. That's when before the sheriffs get there, absolutely not. Stop filming with me. Tia Bea said, I love Jennifer Tilly. I hope she stays a friend of instead of me too. Please, Jennifer, stay a friend. Ashley said, I mean, hey, Teresa's job is still in question and they still have Kyle. Andy Bravo people do better. Like, if you want to talk about somebody who's given everything, Teresa. That we know that woman's entire life, nothing was left out. That woman went to prison. Oh, the housewives are so ghetto. Went to prison and came back. And like did a bid like it was nothing. My God, today. The end of the day said, I like Jennifer Tilly. I want to read people. I want her to read people more. And she actually has wealth, right? She just needs to stay a friend of them. NC said, Beverly Hills has sucked for the last several seasons. They pull 1 million in viewership because most of their audience is white and or MAGA. Let's face it, mediocrity appeals to them. Are they really pulling in 1 million? Something seems off. Social Steph second, someone tell me what's wrong with being on a main road. Well, basically saying you're not in a gated community, because Bel Air has a really nice gated community. So here's the thing. A lot of people don't realize that, especially out here, like there is the part of Beverly Hills that you can drive through is considered like, middle-class Beverly Hills. The real Beverly Hills is gated. You can't get into that. The Beverly Hills that you can drive around, that's considered the regular degulars. The gated Beverly Hills community, oh, that's wealth. That's wealth. So basically, it's a thing out here. It could be anywhere else as well, but it's a thing like you don't have that much money if I can drive by your house. You don't have that much money if I can pull up to your public driveway. Like, you need to have land. You need to be in a gated community with security. Like, I have to give my ID and name and time that I'm coming to be able to even get through the first security check of your property. So like basically saying that Sutton ain't got that much money if she's on a main road in Bel Air. Because Andy was like, what's wrong with a main road in Bel Air? But if you got the real coin, you're up in the hills of Bel Air and that gated community. That's the real coin. That's the real coin. So she was just basically saying, you're acting like you have all this money when you're on a main road in Beverly Hills. So basically, if I could drive by your place, you ain't that rich. If I have access to your property, you ain't that rich. Poliva Girl said Tilly low-key told Dorit and PK to burrito. She was just like, how are they going here? If they got money problems, listen, she got a point. Sierra said Kathy being from the wig. Nut job. Absolute nut job. Oh, yes, she was the one. I've worked with homelessness with 2 Yeah, also that. She's old and she's rich. Who won't check her? Ephraim said Kathy's PK shade had me rolling. Kathy is rich, older, and does not care at all. She can pop in with some craziness and then go back to her money. Absolutely. Hey, Durga. Durga said, hey, y'all. Hey, Nikki. Now, Garcelle. Episode 3 better be a doozy the way we've been writing for you, girl. There's something that's going to happen because, and remember, if you watch the trailer, she walks away and Dorita's like, Garcelle, that's not professional. Garcelle, come back here. That's not professional. Ciao. Kaylee said, but it's her age mostly and probably part of her family upbringing. Oh, absolutely. I actually like them both. You kind of need them. And she was dead serious. Just a nut. Just a nut. No, she's going to come back. She loves this. Like, and that's another thing that hurts me so bad. Bose really wanted this moment. Like, if you see her Instagram, she's all over it. She loves the fact that she is a Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. She just played her hand so terribly. Jimmy says, a main road mansion in Bel Air is worth 1 trillion times more than a Okay. Okay, Sutton. No, she did, but it's like, why do you care, Bo? She ain't lie to you. Like, this isn't your fight. It's just very weird to me. It's very weird, especially on your first season. Like, you're not even getting to know anybody. You're cussing out Sutton and you're cussing out Kyle because Dorit told you something. You don't know Dorit. It's weird. Oh, that show was so good. Remember when they went, I think they went to the Bahamas. And like the day they got there, they found 2 guys at the bar and brought them home and slept with them. I don't know who, I think it was Ramona who was upset that they brought some men home, married men home. And Ramona was just like, they have wedding rings, wedding bands on. And you guys slept with them. And William was like, oh, be cool. I could not believe. Ramona was just like, those men were married. And William was like, I didn't know. He's like, what am I going to do about it now? Be cool, Ramona. Chill out. Like, we're on vacation. Oh, they were such a mess. And do you remember when Jill dragged Bethany pre her Botox jawline? Bethany needed that Botox jawline. I'm telling you. Bethany, before that Botox jawline, her head was like 3 times the size it is now. I didn't know Botox would do that. But anyway, for some reason, Jill just cut her down to size. They were walking over the Brooklyn Bridge and she just let her have it. And the craziest thing was that the background was so beautiful because it was like the Brooklyn Bridge and Jill was just like, you'll never be anything and you'll never be great. You'll just be some hostess in a market selling cakes. And Bethany was like, why are you saying this to me? Oh, old school Roni was it, man. Oh, it was it. Durga said, I really wish Bose would have had her dress fitted while she was sitting. No, you shouldn't have. Yeah, no, but Kyle, what you said to her, I'm like, girl, can we let out a seam or 2? You're right. It was too much. Who called her a liar outside of the show? Child, she in trouble. Jimmy says Bo's fighting all of Dorit's battles. Then Dorit is going to make up with those. She's going to have egg on her face. And you know what, Bo's? I'm going to help you, sister. I'm going to help you. Listen, when it all goes down, all you have to do is be in your professional, is go in your confessional and be like, y'all told me this will happen. Slate clean. Slate clean. Acknowledge you played yourself and we're back in it. Jimmy said, oh, I got that one. Kaylee said, because when they click back up, y'all not going to be friends anymore. And Kyle, don't forget. And when Dorit is going to have to prove her loyalty to Kyle, and proving her loyalty to Kyle is putting Bowles in her place. Child, who was going to be nasty? Elsavina said, in this reunion, that's the most outspoken I've seen Andy. Also, Nikki, hey, everyone. Hey, Elsavina. Paula Girl said, well, Dorit has no legit biz, so Bowles inserted herself somewhere else. Dorit. Alicia said, there is nothing funny and interesting about Kathy. She is giving fake quirky persona. Oh, listen, she gives me a chuckle. Ali said, Kyle is a liar and very manipulative. I never saw it for her. I don't know why my girl don't do bangs. I don't know. Let me go back to this. Ali ain't playing with Kyle. You've been reading her since you got in here. BB said, Kenya catching the stray. I would have done the same thing as Kenya, just not at my event. I would have never shared revenge porn. Absolutely. Especially in no red state. Child, as a Black person, absolutely not. I would have found another way to let Brit know you don't mess with me. Yeah. I don't know why. I would never jeopardize my check like that. Give Me Shelter said, Bowles played this all wrong. I feel like Kyle gave her plenty of knowing eyes. Kyle is going, oh, she absolutely is. Durga said, yes, Nikki, I saw it too. Bowles, you and Danger Girl, all of them have been telling on themselves with their eyes. Ain't no way. Litigation Barbie, poor Reed, and Sister will be talking to me crazy. She gonna see it. I'm telling you, Bowles, all you have to do in that confessional, just go, man. Y'all told me this would happen. You're good. Akusa said, those two are disrespectful. Both of them blondes are an easy read. I can never. Yeah, I don't know why they let them talk to them like that. I'm just like, girl. DGF said, low key, I wish they had some of that peach juice energy. Kaylee said, they're white women that understand there's a form of hierarchy. And because Sutton sees them as cool kids, like how they'll try not to antagonize them. Absolutely. Asher said, honestly, I don't feel for Sutton based on how she actually treated Garcelle like this season. She hasn't and will have more coming. Stay woke, girl. But she's going to fold. She's going to join in with them. And they're all going to bully Bowles and the new girl if the new girl don't fall in line. Yes, that's why you Jonathan. Why you yelling? I was like, oh. He don't play with them. Wait a minute. Did I get another super chat? Oh, AY. Thank you. Thank you, AY. AY said, Nikki, the rage I felt when Dorit poked Sutton, got a response and said, there she is. Dorit needs the kind of verbal lashing that I usually repress. Listen, let's pray it comes. Her and Erica Child. AY said, without Garcelle, the geriatric Mean Girl squad will go unchecked. They jab first and then create a roundtable discussion about what is too low. Oh, absolutely. They're going to act like they're scared of Bowles if she ever tries to buck back up. Oh, they're going to make her all kinds of monsters. Thank you, AY. Dorit's going to be like, I was shaking. Did you see how Bowles got when she was over me? I was shaking. Oh, wait, just you wait and see. Just you wait and see. Durgan said, we really need a Black woman who was from here, preferably a woman who has grown up in a mixture of Black spaces and white spaces separately. Either they aren't looking for those girls, or those women are not signing up for the show. Give Me Shelter said, Dorit is a joke. Even her supporters were complaining about her last night. Sutton staying quiet made Dorit look stupid. Oh, good for her. Kaylee said he'd be fighting that too. He'd be fighting too. That's why they're scared of him. I've seen some things of him. I've heard that he's a fighter. Alicia Joseph said, those women on BH Too freaking fragile. They couldn't handle a real tongue lashing at all. Eva said Garcelle telling Jennifer Tilly we're mic'd up was funny to me when she asked if Sutton was on anxiety medication. Jennifer's so fun. Jennifer is, listen, it's too hot to eat. It's too hot to eat. I don't feel like none of that. Don't give me, I don't want no bread. I don't want no meat. Give me some watermelon and ice. I want watermelon and ice. That's it. B said, I don't mind something being mean and nasty to the witches of Eastwick. Cow, burrito, and the thief. Ciao. DGF said Sutton is highly reactive when triggered or bullied. She is. She is. There she is. So let's see what happens next episode. Jimmy said, the women have said terrible things about Sutton, saying she lied about having a miscarriage, has an eating disorder, and is drunk. I'll call them worse. And Sutton does. She gets activated and she, she rightfully defends herself. And then they tell her she was a bad person. And Sutton goes, oh, I'm sorry. Girl, for what? For what? KMV said, Sutton creeps me out. She's both fragile and terrifying. And it somehow feels wrong to attack her. I wish Garcelle never aligned with her. Well, guys, they had to lean on each other because the girls were bullying them. They didn't become friends because they naturally gravitated to each other. They had to be friends because they were new on the show together and the ladies were not nice to them. BB said, does anyone remember when Dorit went after Erica? Pantygate, yes. She was just as mean and nasty, but now they have a pact. Yep. The NNH said they're going to spend 5 minutes on Erica and their wallpaper next episode because that is all she did this season. Yep. Anna said, I think it's obvious Kyle and Morgan are a couple. She just doesn't want to say it out loud for whatever reason. She does not want to be a part of the LGBTQ community. That's what it's given to me. That's what it's given to me. Kyle wants to be gay her way. That's what it's giving. Hey Cammy, thank you for being here. NC said, I wish Sutton had a spine. She was reading to reap for filth. She is rightfully so all season. She should have stood in it at the reunion, but she's a coward. She's afraid to stand alone and wants to fit in. Well, there, you answered your question, child. You answered your question. Yeah, they never do. And I don't know why. I really don't know why, BB. I wish they would, fight back give them the same energy, but they never do. NC said, Cal just recently said Garcelle has been ignoring all her texts since quitting. Yes, Fancy, ghost her behind. You're not being paid anymore to pretend to like Val Kyle. Yeah, good for her. The NNH said, I meant to say most of the women are male-centered except Garcelle and Jennifer, but Cal's name by accident. Oh, okay. No worries. She needs to she needs to just cut all that off. Cut it all off. They sure did. That's what I'm saying. Listen, Melissa and Joe can feel however they want to. You are not that important. The show would have never stopped for you if any of y'all went to prison. They would have just casted somebody else. Asher said, just remember that one of the franchises who's competing for Beverly Hills racism is Dallas, and I think that's coming back. Yikes! Y'all should do Houston and not Dallas. Listen, I feel you. I never want to live on the main road. I did that one time. I heard every freaking accident. Every freaking accident. The Americans cannot drive. I lived on a main road one time. Never again. I love my homes in the cut. Put me on a quiet street, a cul-de-sac even, at a dead end. I do not want to be on a main road ever. Akusa said, Kenya almost went to prison too. That housewife undefeated. Anna said, where do you think the cars are going to fly? And where do you think what did I say that made you say that? Yeah, because who wants to deal with all that chaos that comes with living on the main road? Give Me Shelter said, Real Housewives of Beverly Hills experienced its highest rating from 2020 to 2025. The highest rating year was 2023 when Garcelle's sons were being harassed. Of course. I searched it when Garcelle quit the show weeks ago. Yeah. Yep. Anna said, nobody wants to live on the main road in any neighborhood, Beverly Hills or otherwise. True. Oh, there it is. Okay. And you're done. And you're done. And you're done. Because I always got to check to make sure I know what I'm dealing with. Akusa was said, if I was Sutton, I told Dorit, and my wallet is still bigger than yours. She didn't land it properly, so it just was like womp womp, womp womp, womp womp. Oh, it was so good, Georgia. It was so. Oh, the way she kept on mentioning, yeah, I got to do this for P Diddy. Yeah, I got that from P Diddy. Yeah, me and P Diddy. What you doing with P Diddy now, Heather? They were a mess. They were a mess. Then what is her name? Dorinda. Woo! She was activated. I mean, clap, like. Asher said, I think Bo should pull a Dolores, less problems, and show your life. It would have been a better look. She didn't have to do anything. She just had to be herself. Just because like everything about her was already so interesting. I'm like, you're doing too much. You don't have to do this much. Audrey said, Ola Heather was mad about Luann bringing men home. Yes, it being married men. Yes, thank you. Thank you. Oh, her in Atlanta, even the OC, Megan King Edmonds. She clocked Vicky in that cancer surgery. She was not playing with Vicky. Megan was like, well, I called the hospital. And they do not have any mention of your man there getting any care. Like back in the day, they used to work for that check. Detective Edmonds called the hospital, asked for the doctor. It was just like, does this man have cancer? I feel like that's HIPAA. But however she got that information, she got the information and she produced receipts at brunch. They used to work for them checks. They don't anymore. Tia B said, yes, she did. She looked like, it was like, that was a huge head. How does that happen? And she did. Oh, she cussed everybody out. She looks great. She looks great. For her to be Caucasian, she aged well. I don't know. But they're both New Yorkers. So I think there's they're both Jewish and New Yorkers. And I think there's some community mess they got going on. Give Me Shelter said, Ramona was the one saying she will never find someone to love. Oh, that was Ramona? I thought it was Jill. No, Jill cussed out. Hold on. You're right. It was Ramona. But y'all remember Jill Zarin cussed Bethany out. I know I'm not imagining that, or I could be. Hey, Will. Will said, hey, NikkiNicoleStar family, whether Bravo does anything, I am taking a pause from Housewives specific, Potomac, Beverly Hills, and Atlanta. I can't take Bravo's decisions lately. I don't condone revenge. Oh, I'm sorry. Thank you for being here for my reviews. Will said, but I don't support American gun violence being a joke. Love your astute takes and sharing insights from your life experiences. Thank you so much. Thank you. Durga, that was revenge porn. She showed that lady without her consent. I don't care what Kenya says. Oh, she signed consent to whatever production she worked on. She didn't sign consent to Bravo or you to show to all of those people who, hopefully for Kenya, were not underage, to show that lady performing a sex act. And why would she do it? To get revenge. That's revenge porn, and that's a felony in Georgia. She's playing a game she's not going to win. Kid Crudy said people admitting that they would share revenge porn in solidarity. It is. It's a little, I will say, guys, it's a little scary. It's a little scary. Hey, Al Boogie, thank you for being here. The End of the Age said there were so many spots for Dorit to get read down. Upset no one took it. They never do. They never do. Jimmy said, I was always good friends to Bose, and then she just turned on me. I was afraid. I never saw that. Yep. Yeah, I was scared. she's a big person. She towered over me. IA said, what Kenya did was show a pic of a new hire sucking D at a company, all hands meeting in front of the board. I'm laughing because I don't know why she did that. That is, why would you show that? Like, first of all, why would you do it? But second, you did it at work and you thought you were going to keep your job. I'm not living in the same world. It just doesn't make any sense. Hey, Huguette. I just feel like I'm in a different world than everybody else. Because guys, for the life of me, I still don't know why Kenya did that. It does not make sense why she would do that. Huguette, my dear, said, hey, Nikki, so glad I caught a live. Yay, this episode was boring. Wrong. You're right. It was very boring. Hey, Gwen. Gwen said, Kyle won't own Morgan publicly until her divorce because of future settlements. Here's the thing. I don't think she's ever going to divorce that man. Not her. I don't think he'll ever let her divorce him. Mauricio's going to have to pay her so much money. More than what Sutton got, child. Jimmy said, I heard there will be a Real Housewives of Rhode Island. Me too. I heard Rhode Island. I heard a Dallas reboot in Chicago. Sutton said, but this is Reddit and all that stuff. I haven't heard it from my sources. Sutton L said, Sutton is very self-centered. That's why she made them attacking Garcelle this reunion about herself. Oh, all right, L. El Boogie said, the amount of time I spend cussing folks out and avoiding terrible drivers every day on my way to work and home. Yeah, I'm telling you, I did it once. It was a beautiful road. But here's the thing. I learned, I think it was my first apartment out here in LA. I learned when you go to look at an apartment, go in the daytime, go in the afternoon, go on the weekend, and go in the evening. And decide whether or not you want to live in that place. Because, baby, that place was beautiful in the daytime when everybody was at work. When that rush hour hit, oh, chaos. Oh, yeah, Vicky's an absolute nut job. Absolute nut job. LS said, thoughts on a former Bravo producer speaking out and being on Bethan's show. Who's Bethan? Bethany's her podcast. The former Bravo producer, listen, he got to get his bag. I believe him. I don't think he's lying. And I know people who know him, who work with him, just like, he's telling the truth. Get your money. Get your money. You'll never work at Bravo or NBC ever again. You breaching all kinds of contracts, baby. Get your coin and go work at Fox or Netflix. E for Empathy said, didn't Jill try to record a private meeting with Andy? And that I think something like that. I'm telling you, it's something that happened. Because Jill got on the show because of her relationship with Andy. Like, they knew each other before this. Tia B said Jill got mad at Bethany for not checking on Bobby when her own father was dying. Yeah, that was low. And she kept on bringing in Bobby. I'm like, she's going through something as well. BB said Andy iced Jill because he took his fave. Bethany's, yes, that's what it is. I bet Andy regrets it down, child. She told him. Real Housewives, CM said Real Housewives of Atlanta can't say anything about RP given they platform Martell Holt. But they always love them sketchy kind of black men on that show. It's just like, because look who we're dealing with. Now we got Mr. Oakley, who told Portia to Google him to see what happens when people mess with him. I still can't believe he said that. I'm like, what are you going to do to Portia? Paula Girl said, you're not imagining, but Jill cussed Bethany at her apartment with Luann trying to get, yes. Oh, Bethany said, F Jill. And never looked back. Sierra said, Jill and Bethany did fight all around throughout season 3. So you're right about that. Their beef was iconic. It absolutely was. Akusawa said Andy is a New York transplant. He's from St. Louis, Missouri. His racism is covert, but very present and harmful. Oh, thank you for the tea, Akusawa. BB said, is it revenge porn if it's readily available on the internet? Maybe Kenya should have just sent the links. Even doing that, absolutely not. Absolutely not. Because here's the thing. Bravo didn't consent to that. That audience did not consent to that, to whatever images she had. She just showed it. She did not ask anybody if they wanted to see it, and she did not, and Britt did not give her permission to show her that way. That's why she got fired. Kenya did not get fired because Bravo doesn't like her and they're bullying her. Bravo don't want to get sued. And they said, you gotta go. Mama Star is here, and Mama Star is telling y'all to like the video. Thank you, Mama Star. Hey, Spency. Spency said it's getting spooky and showing someone's pictures to slut shame her, isn't it? Yeah, it's like revenge porn or not. As another woman, why would you want to do that? I don't understand why she did it. It's so weird. CM says, she said a production wants me to crash out. Let's give it to him. Absolutely. Well, you know what, Jazzy? I like that you enjoyed it. I think part 3 is going to be the one that gives us all the answers. Give Me Shelter said, I'm taking a break from Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, Married to Medicine, Potomac again, and now Atlanta. I keep forgetting that the money talks in order to see change these shows, so they need to experience losses or the climate won't change it. You are absolutely right. Let them views drop. Bravo will recast. They will make some necessary changes. I don't watch Married to Medicine, but my sister was watching the reunion. Medical professionals. I could not believe it. I could not believe that these doctors were acting like that. Oh, scary times. And then why was Quad's ex performing a song? That show is weird. I heard that too, but not from any of my sources. You know, I should ask. Let me ask my sources. I'm gonna ask. Poliva Girl said, I only want the Real Housewives of Dallas, only the agent and the CGologist as the anchor. Oh, she's a good time on TikTok. Everyone else can stay home. I agree. Audrey O said, someone said that since they didn't show Kenya's salon last season, she wanted to make sure it was shown. I understand that, but I'm just saying something so graphic like that, why would you think you could show that at work? Both. Both. Kiki said it's revenge porn because it's the distribution of explicit images without their consent with the intent to create public humiliation or character assassination, regardless if it was already on the web. There it is. Will says, Star Family, we can love Kenya and still be bothered by the intent behind those images. And Britt telling us she was a video person in high school. That's why I'm saying I blame NBC, Bravo, and all. Well, I don't have anything against NBC. We love NBC over here, Will. Oh, MB said, yep, the weekend crew at a new apartment are the worst. Agree. Yeah. I definitely should have did that. And I do that now every time I drive by, all the time, just to make sure this is what I want to do. The internet said Andy loves a problematic black man. So does Carlos King. Wonder if there is any overlap there. I don't know. They made him a big deal and then he couldn't film. Will also said exploiting. It's still intimate or possible, even a coerced moment. Again, Kenya is lucky nobody underage was there. Because I'm sorry, this cast can't save Atlanta. I didn't like what Kenya did, but she is needed on that show. Audrey said, actually, it was Ramona trying to make them make up, but Luann kept saying to Jill, let it go. You came at me in your Herman Munster shoes. Oh, they were not Herman Munster shoes. I think she said they were Louis Vuitton, right? No, they were not. They were not Herman Munster shoes. I think she said they were Louis Vuitton. And she said, darling, even Louis makes mistakes. They were so good in your Herman Munster shoes. Me and my best friend still say that to each other. You came at me in your Herman Munster shoes. BB said, why is Britt still there? Threatening someone at work? That's ground for bye-bye. I don't know why they didn't take it seriously. I really don't know. CM said, I'm mad AF, I had to watch all 3 episodes. I thought it'd be one and done. Me too. K Pratt, what's up? Said I once looked up the pictures of people who are at the top of Bravo. It is, oh, welcome to America. Welcome to America. Will said, I think I know why Kenya did, even though it's crazy. She wanted that salon to be on TV. Last year, her Tasteful Soft launch wasn't filmed, so she went reckless. Oh, that was, what a terrible thing to do. She had to be out of her mind. Akuswa says, I could not get through all the Married to Medicine reunion, watch the first part, and that's it. It was insane. I was like cooking, putting my kitchen together and cooking, and I just kept on looking at the TV like, these are doctors. These are doctors. I would never risk my business like that. Eve Everly said, I might watch a new Dallas. I couldn't get through the first one. I couldn't get through the first one with all of the talk and the racism. It was too much. Oh my gosh. She just kept, every time she got mad at that lady, here comes the Mexican. Don't you talk to me, Mexican. And she had several offenses. I could not believe they kept her on that show. I could not believe they kept that lady on that show. Jimmy said, rumor is Kenya also accused Britt of some type of insurance fraud as well. Oh, I did see that. Insurance fraud, ho. But I was told that Miss Oakley was the one who brought it up. She brought up that she heard some fraud stuff about Kenya, about Britt. And maybe she told it to Kenya. I don't know. I will say they need to air all of it because there's a lot of holes in this story. Akusa said that's a hit to her brand. Made no sense. Anything you got to take 2 shots to do, you should not do. Yep. Makeup Addict said Dr. Simone is my coworker's OBG, and she swears she is nice in real life, but no, she. I just couldn't believe it. I was like, are they about to fight? It was crazy. Timmy said, I can't watch Married to Medicine anymore because of Heavenly and Quad side. They don't like Quad from what I've seen. I don't know, but I feel like they're always going after that lady. What did she do to them? JR Real, hey, said Nene and Kim can save Atlanta. Plus, Kim needs a check. Kim got a lot going on. She would be good TV. Here's the thing. We're in a different time. And Kim and that racist husband, I don't know. I don't know if that's safe. I don't know. The best read. Will says she also has audio cut from the episode where she said, rapper Young wanted you need to Snapchat that P, and you did. Who? Britt or Kenya? Audrey said, agree with Cynthia takes on this. Portia acting all holy is rich. I'll give it to Portia. She was probably shocked. Everybody was shocked. Nobody thought that, this is the thing. And Kenya, it's like, I feel so bad for her because I'm like, you just soiled your reputation in everybody's eyes because everybody thought you were better than that. Everybody thought you were better than that. And this is the thing. I'm going to go off of how the people reacted at that event. Everybody walked out. Kenya didn't even, she couldn't even tell people bye, thank you all for coming. Everybody left. Soon as she did that. What she did was awful, guys. You can't defend it. Jade said production purposely played her drinking leading up to the mess. Also, the resurfacing of Kenya's threat towards Phaedra, direct and indirect, including a gun, is hurting Kenya. Listen, remember, guys, we had this conversation. I said, never make your job being a villain because you are going to go too far. You absolutely are going to go too far. And the network is not going to protect you. Yes, they love Kenya as a villain. Yes, they love her antics. You think they're going to protect her and jeopardize their own bag? Never going to happen. Her and that kooky husband still together. She's a therapist. Even Louis Vuitton makes mistakes. You came at me in your Herman Monster shoes. Will said that's awful. Okay, Nikki, educate us. Love NBC. Is it truly original? Some level of professionalism allow the salon images and pistol comments and Andy podcast remarks, trying to make us feel bad. Yeah, we can come at the production company, but NBC and Netflix won't say nothing about them over here because they pays my bill. We're not fighting with them. You can talk about everybody else. But NBC and Netflix won't. We love them over here. Oh, she's a fraud? I just know her from memes. I've never watched the show, but she always has a meme, and she always seems so dramatic. She absolutely is. Yes, she could have done that and exposed her at like a dinner with everybody else. Not at your event. CM said Quad switched up on her bestie and the show's creator. Simone did what production told her to do to get rid of Mariah, but Quad X like Sheen said, oh, okay, so what's the mess? Okay. IA said, I also think the other ladies lost trust in Kenya. They probably wondered if Kenya would do, yeah. I'm sure some of the ladies on that show had done private things with their partners. Ciao. Oh, Portia should have been terrified. Ciao. We heard about Miss Peach Juice. Will said, Britt said, I keep a pistol in a whip, her car. But Britt's response also was, in my opinion, trauma. She is at odds with her sister and wanted Kenya to be a big sis and what she felt rejected. That's not on Kenya, though. You're a grown woman. She don't know you. Don't put all that on that lady. Britt did too much. That's why I'm just like, what is going on? Because they both did too much. It did not make sense. Neither of their reactions to what we have seen made sense. So I need to know what's missing because it's not making sense. JR said, Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, you think Garcelle calls about Sutton's mother's racism and microaggressions? If not, someone needs to. That'll never happen. That'll never happen. Gio, what's up? Said they really made it seem like Garcelle left in the middle of the reunion when she was there for the whole thing. She just didn't want to take a photo with a bunch of fake hoes, period. BB said that old clip of Kenya and the gun was said as a joke and in response to Phaedra bringing a stun gun. Listen. Ooh, child. Them Atlanta Housewives back in the day. Lord. IA said, sorry, I missed the Real Housewives of Atlanta live, so I'm making up for it now. It's fine. We're in here chilling. CM said, Bravo has allowed Portia to assault and attempt to have her baby daddy jailed in another country. I'm sorry. Portia has beat up so many people on camera. It's crazy. Ooh, Giselle had a sexual assault claim made and tried to have Candace locked up internationally. They're just a mess. They're a mess. Audrey O said, in the salon will always be remembered with that scandal when Cynthia and Portia is running away and don't want to be filmed no longer. It was pathetic. The girl had already left. I think she was trying to do it before she left. Kaylee said, I left while we're talking, right? There'll always be the star. She did. I think she was initially shocked because here's the thing. You're going to Kenya's salon that she dedicated to her daughter. You are not expecting to see a poster board photo of Britt with a wee-wee in her mouth. Like, nobody's expecting that. So I think everybody was just shocked. Like, what just happened? CM said, Ashley tried to have Candace assaulted and she sued. Marge and Joe, listen, let's not bring up Jersey. Everybody on that show should have been arrested. Like, they were always fighting. They fought at a christening. New Jersey is unhinged. New Jersey is unhinged. Oh, Kaylee said, someone said if there was footage of Portia and Bolo, that would. Do y'all remember that? Oh, Atlanta is a mess. Portia saw Bolo's dingling and said, I got to see what this is about. You need to, because you're at work. Like, I never understand it. You are at work. You can't act like how you gonna act on the street. Unless it's the Real Housewives of New Jersey. Given each other that the Housewives were the best in the early years. After nearly 20 years, it's time for these shows to readjust, but the whites won't have it. 2024 should have been a surprise, a disappointment, but not surprise. They definitely need to change the formula. Kaylee says, so yeah, I think the distrust of Kenya at the very least probably made them leave on top of the disturbing photos. Yeah. JG said, Portia had fun. That was so crazy. That was crazy. Wow, the Wild Wild West. Guys, do y'all remember the swan? The kids don't know what we grew up on. Do y'all remember that show when people used to go on the show and be like, I'm ugly? I've always wanted to be beautiful. And like a team of plastic surgeons will chop up their face and body. And like those, and then they went, and after they chop up their face and body, they will like have them heal for like 2 weeks, and then they would give them a personal trainer. And these people would be in bandages on their face after getting like the rhinoplasty and eyelids moved and lips and like and all stuff put in their face. They would be in a gym working out. And I'm like, oh my God, this is sick. And then they had a fashion show at the end where like the ugly person's family was waiting to see them. And like they would show the picture before of how ugly the person was. And then the person would, the picture would separate and the person would walk through and everybody would be like, oh my God, they're finally pretty. TV, reality TV was wow back in the day. Wow. Oh, that show was a mess. Oh, that show was a mess. And me and my family was glued to that TV every Sunday night. Every Sunday night. I don't know. There has to be more to the story. There has to be more to the story. Yeah, they were always between family, and the people made up the next day. So it was like, who are we arresting? He charged him. He charged him and got beat up. Audrey said, I heard from Jesse Wood and the King of Reeds that Kenya was hanging with Brit's ops and one of them as cast members. So B was a bit on guard with Kenya because of her allies. Kenya too old for this. Kenya's too old for this. And this is giving love and hip hop. We have to do better. We got to elevate this show a little bit, not too much. And she did. And she did. Oh, yeah, that's what I said. We have several videos of Portia beating people up. That is her thing. That is her thing. You can't find that show nowhere. They scrubbed that. They scrubbed that show. It was such a terrible show, but it was like you had to watch. You had to watch. I was like, I can't believe they had these people working out right after they got off like surgery. They got up a surgeon's table. These people are bandaged up and they got them lifting weights. Remember The Biggest Loser? America is sick. They were literally giving them people eating disorders. And if somebody, do you remember when somebody wouldn't lose weight? Like they were rewarding people for losing like 30 pounds in a week. Sickening. And do you remember if somebody like got up and they weighed themselves and they didn't lose any weight, everybody would be upset. I distinctly remember this old white guy. He went up to weigh himself, but he was already nervous because he had a couple eating crash outs. And he was like, I don't know, I've done my workouts, but I don't think I was my best this week. And he went to weigh himself. And the weight turned red and they showed that he gained weight. And his team was like, ah! And they all gained the weight back. Everybody gained the weight back. Ooh, reality TV. Something kind of special. Memory unlocked. Memory unlocked. You took it there. You took it there. Do you remember? I think it was season 2 of Bug Juice. Do you remember that Asian girl that was all gorgeous? And the only reason why I remember this is because I was just like, you're so pretty. Why are you doing this to yourself? Do you remember that Asian girl that was always crying over that white boy with the dark brown eyebrows and the blonde curly box? And he was so awful to her. And she was always crying over him. But if we take it back to the beginning, she was not interested in him. He was interested in her. He pursued that girl, led her on, and as soon as she started liking him, he just started being mean to her. She was crying all the whole season over her. And every time she showed him how much she liked him, he was just awful to her. I always think about that brown eyebrow blonde demon. Because he treated her so terribly. And I used to watch that like, you're so pretty. Why are you letting him do this to you? I cannot believe you just unlocked that memory. Oh, girl, that was my show. Were we the first people that got reality TV? We should have never had a reality TV show of kids at camp. Ciao. They did anything with us. NC said Quad didn't do anything to them. Simone's just a bully. He keeps reiterating and hollering the same grievances year after year. Those medical professionals were going to blows. I couldn't believe it. I was just like, y'all are somebody's doctors? Yikes. I've looked. You can't find it anywhere. I have looked. If y'all find it, please let me know. Dahlia said, blew my mind that all the people on the Swan had spouses and partners. Like, seriously, what are you here for? And spouses and partners that admitted that they were ugly. Just sick. And when I grew up and found out that those people, like the turnaround was like a couple weeks, it wasn't even months. Insane. Oh, True Life. Wow. Remember True Life? I'm in love with my cousin. Where were our parents? We were watching anything. Oh my gosh, we were just exposed to anything. Did you see the documentary? Move that bus. They left all them people in debt and they were evicting them out of them houses. Y'all have to watch the documentary. I think it's on Hulu. It was insane. Insane. Will Small said Kenya did that after bringing up the college fund for her baby girl. Yes, and Jersey is why I said production have double standards, especially in what melanated people do. Yep, faith. Absolutely. Jack should have never been put on another show. Talk about it. Audrey L said Housewives will never be the same. So sad. The early days, my God. How should Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, Roni, Atlanta, and Jersey be rebooted? Even Potomac, something just has to change. I just feel like the ladies aren't going to work like they used to. And then they voted on it. Oh my God, I forgot about that. He was one of the doctors on the Swan. Makes sense. But yes, they did vote on who was the prettiest. Y'all don't know. Reality TV was a beast back in the day. Paula Girl said, Nikki the Swan, all the memories. Terry the World TV career start. I cannot believe that. Oh, I got to watch it. There's a documentary on the Swan. I'm watching it. Spency said the Swan was insane and America's Next Top Model. Oh, yes. Tyra was bullying those women and Flavor Flav. A time was had. It was Joe Millionaire. Yes. Oh, my God. E. Empathy said, I saw a post about Flavor of Love the other day and was transported back. We really watch women. What a time to be alive. And I love New York. I will never forget when that guy was in the kitchen making eggs. And New York was like, what are you making? He said, eggs, do you want some? And she was like, yeah, I want some. And then she hopped on the island and she was like, put some cheese in it. And he was like, you want salt, pepper, ketchup? And she said, yeah, I want it now. All right, let me tell you something. Reality TV crossed every line. Like everybody that was doing reality TV back in the day should have been arrested. But my God, today they make some good TV. My God, today did they make some good TV? Oh, yes, that's how it got big. Prostitution whore. Prostitution whore. Ciao. Ciao. Audrey said the Shamia and Portia shade is unfortunate, but not surprising. Absolutely. We all knew what happened. Candy even said what happened. Dahlia said VH1 used to have a reality TV game on lock, Flavor of Love. Oh, Rock of Love. So remember? Oh, this is so sad. I hate the stuff that I'm remembering. But remember when the Rock of Love guy, I don't know I forget what his name was, but I think he was doing a concert, something happened, and he like ran into a garage door or something, knocked himself out of his boots. Oh, it was a scary time. What was his name? Celebrity Boot Camp. Yep. Oh, do y'all remember Screech? Remember when Screech went off at Celebrity Boot Camp? And they was like, what's going on with you? May he rest in peace. But I remember he did an interview and they talked about that moment. He was like, I was hungry. Because they were starving themselves to lose weight. He was like, I was hungry. I was hungry. That's why I acted that way. All of them. All of them. K-Press said bridalplasty, where women get surgical procedures every time they won the week's competition challenge. It absolutely would. We're regressing so much, we might just get that. Give Me Shelter said those reality shows really made Bravo look like the highbrow network. They were wild. I remember Fear Factor. Oh, scary show. Charm School. Yep. What you did was hoish. You express hoe activities. She was so good. She was so good. I remember, oh God, forgive me. I remember being so mad at them when they didn't lose weight. Like it was me disappointed. Like, oh, come on, Carl. The team is pushing for you. Not knowing that they're giving these people eating disorders. Not knowing. Listen, when I was a child, I spoke as a child. Oh, it was a good show. Shanae said, Biggest Loser was such a fever dream. I can't believe it. Guys, it was family TV. We were watching that as a family. That and The Swan. Last reality TV show memory. Because every time I talk about this, I feel like I'm the only one. Like, none of my friends remember this. Do y'all remember if you watched Next on MTV? Do y'all remember when this guy went out with this girl and they were at lunch and the girl was not feeling him? And the guy, like, she wanted him to say next, and he never said next. He just kept on taking her to different parts of, like, on Next, if they like you, the date just continued. And she wanted to be let go. So they were at a cafe and they were sitting there talking, and he was just like, what's going on with you? She was just like, I really wanted you to eliminate you, but you're just not doing it. So I'm going to have to give you a reason to, get me out of here. And she peed on herself. And the guy he jumped up. He was like, gross, next. Do y'all remember that? I never forgot that. That's the first and only time I've seen a person like pee on TV. It was so crazy. Please tell me y'all remember that. Please tell me. I can't find nothing on Bug Juice. Like, I'm telling you, if we all didn't remember, Disney would act like it never happened. I think it was Disney, right? JG said, I think Kenya thought that she wouldn't be punished based on her history of bullying people. Also, Kenya immediately rushed into pull stunts. She really wanted to embarrass Britt to her face. What is happening? Something happened, y'all. Oh, reality TV royalty indeed. Oh, I hope not. She was so pretty. Oh, she was so pretty. That's exactly what happened. She saw her leave and said, everybody gather around, but Britt was already gone by then. So it didn't even work. I wanted to go on that show so bad. But by the time I got in college, it was canceled. I wanted to go on that show so bad. K-Pret said they need to bring back Next. It was so funny, but Next was a mess. Remember Gay Next? The gay guys were the worst. Oh, the gay guys. Oh, they were all so mean. I remember this one episode of Next with this gay guy, and there's like 3 people got off the bus, and he was like, next. He wouldn't even let them get all the way off the bus. And I remember it was one guy, he dropped down, he had on low-rise jeans, he dropped down and got back up, and before he could get down stuff, the guy was like, next. He was like, you're lost, sweetie. Oh, that's good TV. Good TV. TV is that bug juice. It doesn't come in. I can't remember it. Bug juice. Bug juice theme song. Bug juice. I wanted to go on that show so bad.
These are the true life adventures of kids at summer camp.
We had a good childhood, guys. We did. We did. Oh, all kinds of craziness. Do you know what I realized? The kids don't know who Richard Simmons is. The kids did not grow up with Richard Simmons. The kids will not know what it was like to watch Richard Simmons go on the David Letterman show, do a workout, spread his legs open, and David Letterman came out with a fire extinguisher. And he said, not on my show, buddy. Oh, yeah, the kids don't know Richard Simmons. Oh, wow. Hey, KG. I'm sorry. We're just having a good time. Thank you for being here. Spency said, finding out extreme makeover people caused them to become broke because they couldn't afford the bills made me sick and that they did nothing to help them. Trick my ride. I will never forget the guy had like a kidney issue. He was always thirsty. And they put like a water tank in his car with a little tube. I'll never forget it because I was just like, this doesn't seem sanitary. That's the one I always remember. I was like, I don't think that's sanitary. We couldn't have done anything else. Audrey said, what do you think of the Traitors last episode and the reunion? You know what? I never watched it. I do know that Gabby won, but I never watched it. Let me binge that. Jazzy said, but they had extreme makeover on actual people first, like surgery, revealing everything. I was like, that was the swan. That was the swan. They said she got it for one of Brit's ops. Very low for Team Twirl. Genevia said the Osbournes, yep. Run's house, yep. We had some good shows. We had some good shows. Oh, it was such a good show. It was such a good show. I really felt like they were trying to do a good thing with True Life. I just think they didn't get the funding that they needed. ABC Family was reckless. ABC Family was reckless. Yep. And he became a wrestler. I forget what his name was, but she called him Pretty Something. Road Rules, my jam. Yikes. I love tequila, right? I love tequila. Bret Michaels, yes. Bret Michaels. Sarah said, do y'all remember Secretly Pregnant? That show was insane. Had a 32-year-old woman who was secretly pregnant. What? This is we were watching as children. Audrey said, Kenya allegedly got it from Mimi or something, the girl she shares an ex with. Jesse Wu said that's why the girl doesn't look surprised in the episode. Yikes. Oh, yes. Oh, yeah. That show was inappropriate. It was so inappropriate. We should not have been watching that. Where? I'm telling you, I'm absolutely going to review it. Social stuff said back. I just had to give a coworker professional cussing out in a meeting. Period. Don't play with me on my job. K. Pratt said, oh man, Tila Tequila went down a dark path. But she's been off her rocker for a while. Ooh, poor thing. Poor thing. They can't. It was so inappropriate, y'all. They could never bring that back. They could never bring that. It was too inappropriate. They were like killing people. They couldn't. The way everybody's a prude now, they would never. They would not. I can't find the episode. I can't. The girl was in a skirt and she just started in the chair, just overflowed with urine. And the guy was like, gross. Nah. Date my mom. Yep. Yep. Do you remember Date My Daughter? And the guy, wait, was Date My Mom or Date My Daughter? Yeah, Date My Mom was the same thing. And do you remember the one time where the lady was just like, you're going to regret it. Here's my daughter. And the daughter got out the car and the guy was like, I don't regret it. They could never do that show today. They could never do that show today. Absolutely not. Send them to me. Send them to me. Send them to me. Kaylee said, what now? I don't remember that, but I do remember the girl that crapped on the floor in The Flavor of Love. Oh, yes. What was her name? It wasn't Hottie. It was something else. Everybody was. New York was like, do you smell that? What is that? Do y'all smell that? Oh my goodness. Remember the lip chap girl? Do y'all remember when she beat up that white girl? And after she beat her up, she was like, do you want to pray? No. She prayed after she beat her up. And then she put on some chapstick. And she was like, you want some lip chap? And the white girl was holding her head. Sorry, Lord. She was holding her hand and she was like, no, I don't want lip chap. Oh, that's what they need to be casting like that. It's the casting that's off. It's the casting. Oh, they have clips. I think it was season 2. I got to find them. I want to know. Oh, I think he did. Oh my God, am I making that up? I think he died. Yeah, I think he died. Dustin Diamond. Yeah, 2021. 2021. They were hysterical. Hysterical. Oh, we all did. We all did. Oh, it's still on? I didn't know it was still on. So Seth said, what's that makeover show with the lady with the gray streak in her hair? They made people look terrible. Oh, shoot. I know what you're talking about. Oh, they had terrible fashions. Terrible fashions. I forget what it was called. Dahlia said, Bravo was the home of Kathy Girlfriend until the unfortunate mess we won't name. She built that network. Kathy gave way to the Housewives. She built that network. We all did. Really? That was such a good show. That was like the new reality TV era. Libra Anthony said, OMG, I tried to rewatch Dance Moms and I couldn't do it. I was like, am I watching these kids get abused? See, that's the thing. When your brain becomes fully developed, you can't get into these shows like that. You can't. IA said, I think Kenya could have got away with showing the first 2 boards. It's the third board, yeah, I agree. I absolutely agree. It was a good time. It was a good time. Millionaire Matchmaker. Yes. She was. Too much. Audrey said, didn't know that with Tammy, pro-choice on the Real World. Basketball Wives was really good in the beginning. So sad that's ruined now. Oh, she was pro-choice? Remember when she wired her mouth shut to lose weight? Just craziness. Crazy. None of them were. And everybody talked about like after that they had to like sell those cars because they couldn't get them insured. They were too expensive to be insured. Oh, that was a good family show. Oh my gosh. Olivia said it was a shot at love with Tila Tequila, my bi awakening. Trading, I said no brown. I'll never, that was like the episode. Because the lady said no brown. And that kooky designer was like, no, we're gonna do brown. We're gonna do brown. And everybody was just like, her neighbor was just like, she doesn't like brown. She explicitly said no brown. And the lady was like, we're gonna do brown. We're gonna do brown. And they painted that lady walls brown. They, oh God. She opened her eyes for that reveal and she was just like, and like her husband had to catch her. And she was like, I said no brown. And then she looked at her neighbor. She grabbed it. She said, I said no brown. And they were all trying to comfort her. She was like, no, I said no brown. So I watched the document, not the documentary, but they did an update on that on TLC, I think. And that was because they brought the show back and they did like an update. Before they brought the show back, they did like an update of their most like viral TV moments. And the update on that was the lady was mad because in the contract, you have to accept whatever they do. And it is on you to change and you have to pay for all the changes if you don't like it. But the lady was just like, she was like, I was mad because we sat down with them and they asked us what we needed, what room we would like them to do. And they said, what didn't we want to see? And she said, they gave me everything I didn't want to see. And that's why I had such a meltdown. Oh my God. The Gottis. I saw, them boys look different today, child. Them boys look different today. Yeah, the Italian Americans got to lay off the starch. just they all just spread. Just everybody gets so wide. Y'all gotta lay off that starch. Yes, Mingli is supposedly the op that gave Kenyan information. Jazzy said, no, the Swan was something completely different. I never watched that. Extreme Makeover and the house shows were spinoffs. Oh, okay. You know what? Extreme Makeover sounds familiar. Thank you, CM. Oh, shoot. What the hell is my other phone? Oh, I can't find another phone that got Instagram on it. Damn it. Damn it. All right, let me get a couple more and then get y'all out of here. Having so much fun reminiscing. Safari. Yes, she was good TV. You want some lip chat? See, guys, that was reality TV back in the day. That lady beat that woman up. Now, granted, they both went home. And I will say this. The white girl should have stayed. She was antagonistic, absolutely. Safari beat the brakes off that woman. Like there was, I no, Safari should have been the only one that went home. They sent that white girl home too. And she was like, what did I do? I got beat up. I got beat up and I have to leave. That show was dangerous. Oh, remember on The Flavor of Love? I think it wasn't Buck Wild. It was the other white girl that Flav really liked. She was fighting somebody on the balcony and they almost pushed her off the balcony and security stepped in. I was like, oh, this show was crazy. El Boogie said, girl, one of my coworkers took it upon himself to remove the battery for one of the company cars to charge it instead of taking it to the dealership to get checked, even with the warranty on the car. Where you work where they can do that at? Oh my gosh. What? See the things that you remember? Lip chat. Lip chat. Oh yes, what not to wear. What not to wear. Yup. Yeah, I'm glad she's having a resurgence. She deserves it. She deserves it. Cameron said, I auditioned for The Real World back in 2014, but I didn't get casted. And it was a season where they were bringing cast members bullies. Oh, no. Oh, absolutely not. Absolutely not. Ash said, Stacey London and Clinton Kelly are coming back with a new show. We're the F smart. Smart. I love it. I love it. They were brutal and they had the worst taste. They had the worst taste. Sarah said, didn't someone have an abortion on The Real World and someone from the cast called her a killer or something? It was Tammy. It was Tammy. Celebrity wife swap. I recently saw a clip of it, but do y'all remember the wife swap? Where that it was a black and a white family, and the black lady had went to this white family's home, but this white family had a mother that was just like a woman should be seen and not heard. Women don't work, they take care of the home, they submit to the man. And the black lady got to the household, and the father, the dad, he was just like, my wife, I don't know why she does that. She doesn't have to do that for me. That is something that she made up. That's how she wants to live. But I don't really want to live like that. And their house was so filthy. She cleaned up the house, and she made them dinner. They acted like they had never tasted food before. They were tearing that food that she made them up. They were like, oh, oh, oh. And the dad was like, I'm not going to lie to you. This is the best meal I ever had. And his son was like, Dad, you're right. I love everything. He was like, I love everything. This is the best. Thank you so much for being here. They loved that lady. They cried when she had to leave. It was so bad when the families came together. The dad was still praising her. He was like, she's amazing. She's everything. Like, we had such a great time. I didn't want her to go. And his wife looked at him. She was just like, oh, okay. Well, did you miss me at all? I will never forget that wife swap episode and the wife swap episode with that when that black lady came into that white family's house and was telling them that they were all fat and they need to eat healthy, and they threw away that little boy's bacon. He was like, now she's gone too far. She's gone too far, not my bacon. And he packed up his little suitcase and he ran away. Oh, they gotta bring that back. Oh yes. Do you remember the upside down living room? She glued those people's dining table on the ceiling, and they were like, absolutely not. This is not functional. Oh, that was a good old time. Bridezilla was good. 4 Weddings. Oh, that was my show. 4 Weddings. Do y'all remember 4 Weddings where it was around Christmas, and one of the ladies, she was so fun and she was so sweet. She rated everybody fairly. Everybody was being competitive. She was just there to have a good time. And she had a Christmas brunch theme, and it was a little cheap. She didn't really have no money, but it was still fun and beautiful. And she got the highest rated wedding and won. And everybody was pissed because they intentionally voted her low. I don't know how that lady won, but when her husband pulled up, all the ladies were like, wait, what? They couldn't believe it. And that's when I knew that the votes on 4 Weddings does not matter. The producers pick who wins, because all them ladies did not think that the lady with the Christmas brunch wedding was going to win. They got to bring these shows back. They got to bring these shows back. That was some good old TV. Oh, Jerseylicious. Absolutely. Absolutely. That was my show. One of the guys was on TikTok talking about that show was hella fake. I could see that. But Tracy and my girl with the dimples, they don't like each other to this day. That beef was real. That beef was to the point where they're teenagers now. We're old, guys. We're old. Karen, get up. Iconic TV. Iconic TV. Me too. Because it was a good time. Will says, OMG, Nikki, you always find a way to turn a bad day into a good. I just got a flash of 90s, early 2000 TV. I feel so bad for real. Why would you bring up Real World Seattle when homegirl took that boy's stuffed animal? And she said, can you walk me out to the car? I just want to let you know, I've always thought that you were a homosexual. And closed the door. And then she didn't have his stuffed animal. He ran out and got her stuffed animal, threw her stuffed animal at her. Then he was like rubbing himself, and he was like, he was so mad. And then he went back in the house and he thought about it, and he walked back out, and they thought that they were going to film him confronting her. He opened that door. He said, you know what? You know what? Bow. Popped her in the face, closed the door, and walked back. He's a homosexual today. I saw the reunion. He brought his husband to the reunion. He was like, she was right, but she ain't have to say it. Whoo, chow. Oh, Boogie said he can't do that. Oh my, he's on a business trip. Oh, chow. She's not a Christian. They're tampering and dark sided stuff. Oh my God, they were so unhappy when she came back. They came back and she was crying. And she was like, did you pray for me? And they were like, no. She was like, well, I knew it. I knew you didn't pray for me. God warrior. I have planted that seed and I will see it harvest. I still say that today. Oh my God. I heard that the UK version of the Wife Swap was good. I think I do watch him because I think he was reviewing a UK show where everybody went to each other's house and they had a meal. They were rating each other's meal. And I think I watched one video of his and there was like this guy that had cussed this lady out. He read this lady for filth because he was so upset that she won. Wife Swap was good. She's not a Christian. I won't get this out off of me. I want you out of my house. Oh, she was good TV. She was good. Yes, with his little suitcase. She will never see me again. OMG. When I'll never forget them filming her driving drunk. Even then, I knew something was wrong with that. Even then, I'm telling you, if I can find the Swan, I'm reviewing it. I'm reviewing this. Oh, such a good show. That was like after church. That was my show to watch. Kaylee said 4 Weddings was so good. They brought it back. They did. And then they just stopped. I was so happy for the reboot. And then they just stopped. Spency said 4 Weddings brought the hateration out in the dancery. Those people would downvote you for anything. I have to rewatch it. Do y'all remember 4 Weddings, Philly? I was so upset because the weddings were so ghetto. And I was like, you know what? Philly has more to offer. They didn't have to do us like that. CM said, oh, the producers of 4 Weddings said if the votes weren't fair, they'd override them. It was in the intro. Oh, okay. I do remember something like that. Dahlia said, I love 4 Weddings, but they never rated fairly. It was always the most extravagant weddings that won. Girl, not the Christmas brunch. Not the Christmas brunch. If you're tired, Becky, take a nap. The old episodes of Project Runway. Oh, child. The producers picked the winner on that as well. It's in the credits. Oh, you know what? It's coming back. Project Runway is coming back. It's going to be on Hulu and Disney something. But it's coming back. The old Project Runway. It's coming back. I think I might review that. Just reminisce. Just reminisce. And Ruth, and she just sat there and laughed. She was just like, it's not funny. Ooh, he went back several times. He was so pissed because he said in the reunion, he was like, I realize now that I was upset that she had saw something that I had been fighting. But he went back several times. He threw the stuffed animal. He was cussing her out. It didn't work. He had to slap her. OMG. Steven. Yeah, she said, Steven, I just want you to know, I always knew that you were homosexual. That could never happen today. Let me tell you something. What I loved about Drita is that she stayed ready to scrap and could never fight. Drita always got beat up, but that did not stop her from fighting. She always got beat up, but it never stopped her from fighting. Yes, Tracy and Olivia. They're still beefing. That is crazy. Yes, come and dine with me. He cussed that lady out over a meal. El Boogie said, remember when they gave the Christian lady the gastric bypass and she was a celebrity for a hot minute? Yeah, she deserved it. She was great TV. She was great TV. Oh, you sent the swan to me on Instagram. Thank you so much. I can't do it on here because I don't know where my other phone is. I don't know where my other phone is. But when I find it, I am going to review it. Y'all are so messy. That's how you remember her, Ash. That's how you remember her. Oh gosh. That is how you remember. Oh no, Tim Gunn. Oh no. Why not? Give Me Shelter said, not trying to go off topic, but I missed the old E shows like True Hollywood Story, AJ Benza, Hollywood Babylon. Yes, Hollywood was scandalous, but the studios could control those stars. It was good. It was good. Like they just had good shows. Oh, everybody. Everybody was on coke. And let me tell you something. As a Philly girl, we been new. What is his name? The fine one on that show. Not Vinny. The other one, Vinny's friend. We've been new that he liked black girls, right? Because I remember my bestie. We were like this. I think it. What was it? It had to be like 10th grade. And I think we just got back to school and everybody was talking about their summer and what they did. And one of our friends who had a shore house, she was talking about that she would see him at the clubs all the time, that where she would go, like just hanging around the shore. Like they really were shore kids. They really did go to the shore. Like MTV didn't just find these people. They were shore kids. And she was just like, he was down there, but she was just like, all the girls he was with was black. Like every time we saw him, he had like a black girl. That's all my best friend needed to hear. She was trying every summer to befriend anybody who had a shore house so she could go down there and find. It's not Vinny. What's the other one? What is the other one? Jersey Shore cast. What's the Jersey Shore cast? It's Vinny, TJ Pauly. She was trying to befriend everybody that had a shore house, and she found one guy, but this guy liked her. So she had to like convince him that she liked him too, so that we could go down to his shore house. And when we went down there, we were looking for DJ Pauly. I will never forget. This guy was so mad. Because I don't know who told him what the plan was, but when he found out that the only reason why we were down at his shore house was because we was looking for DJ Pauly D. Ooh, he got us out of there with the quickness. He got rid of us with the quickness. But Pauly been down with the brown child. He been down with the brown. And he even talked about it. He was just like, he's like, every girl that I was with was always black. And I would bring them home, but they would never film the black girls. They would never film the black, and they only filmed the white girls. He was just like, the majority of the girls I brought home was black. He'd been here before. That's been his thing. Dahlia said, my favorite quote from Project Runway, you can cry if you want, but you gotta cut while you cry. They were so brutal. Paula Girl said, Nikki in chat, thank you for the wonderful review. I'm reminiscing. My ribs hurt from laughing. Good evening, everyone. Good evening. Oh, yes. Yes. But it just wasn't given like, I needed to give. Some people said the coke is the reason why Pauly constantly went to the bathroom. All of them was on it. The NNH said, have you seen Mia and Ashley Vermatovic were both on Say Yes? Yeah, I did. Yep. And child, they had them early 2000 eyebrows. Give Me Shelter said, nope, Karen always got beat up. Oh, Drita. I love Drita. She made that show. She was always getting beat up. But she took him like a champ, and she got back up. Karen as well. Karen was always acting tough, but could not fight. She was always acting tough, but could not fight. And every time somebody called her father a rat, she ready to brawl, and she always got beat up. Yeah, this was a good time. This was a good time. Kaylee said, yeah, Drita had them hands. She did. She did. And she will let you know she grew up in a project, so she was always fighting. Karen said, baby, you remember when Karen and her cousin jumped Drita every night? Ooh, child. That was a good time. Some people said, I think Paulie said production made him. Yeah. Yep. He talked about it. CM said, Paulie revealed how old he was, and everyone was like, child, he been down. Spencer said, Jersey Shore was the best back in the day. The letter to Sammy from Jenny and Snooki, oh, they were so toxic. But like, no shade, if you went to school with like Italian kids, like if them Italian couples, them Italian and Puerto Rican couples, toxic. They were always fighting. And I'm like, we're children. What is going on? CM said MTV wouldn't film black girls. Yep, absolutely. But I've been new. We've been knew what Paulie was looking for. Oh, snapped. Yes. It's still a good time. Yeah, Paulie D been fine. I saw that. I'm like, he's been here before. He's been here before. I still say that to this day. Get up, Karen. She was always about it. Mob Wives Chicago, it got a little too unhinged for me. I wish they would have just kept it with the original cast. They kept on trying to branch off into other things, and it wasn't working. It wasn't working. Will said Lyme disease, Paulie D was fine, and his friends was cute. Yeah, he loves the Black American prince. He does. That's been. I'm telling you, he is not faking it. That's been his MO since he was a kid. He been that. Some people said Drita did sleep with Karen's man. She was wrong, but I like her. I'm trying to think of, there was overlap, but Karen was just, here's Drita's issue with Karen. Drita was just like, you're bringing this up for the show because we've been cool. Like, she been with him. It wasn't a big deal. Now the show's on and you're acting like I stole your man. So that's Drita's thing. If you remember the first episode, Drita was just like, what's going on? Because we cool. We've been hanging out. So what is the issue? Drita was caught off guard from that. And I felt bad for her. But she got her lick back. I said, do you remember Love on My Wives? Love. No, she was crazy. Yes, that's the one from Chicago. Oh, she was nuts. She was nuts. She was nuts. Yeah, I think Karen and the other girl were Italian. Karen and the other girl was Italian. Remember Karen tried to do a show with the Mob Wives kids, but they were too privileged for people to even think that they were tough. Oh, goodness. Yeah, so that's why Drita was just like, you're doing too much. Like, we were cool. There was no overlap. So what's the problem? And I'm Team Drita on that one. Child, she's still a mess. Well into her 50s, still fighting. If Drita is not dropping a fight video, she's dropping a rap video. I remember back in the day, she could spit a couple bars. She was doing something. Oh yes. That show couldn't be made today. That would have been heavily problematic. Because I know Shay, it was giving sex tourism. It was giving sex tourism. Let's end here with Cameron. Cameron said, remember that episode of Jersey Shore? Jay Wild and Snooki kept picking at Paulie, and Paulie snapped on them, scared the hell out of them, and made Snooki cry. Oh, I don't remember Paulie ever being mean. I remember when that guy punched Snooki, and everybody, even in production, jumped that boy. That's back when they could show people getting beat up. That was crazy. Oh, she was so good. Good TV. Yes. Oh, we're all going to have a good weekend watching all these shows again. I don't know why she was so loyal to him. I really thought my girl was going to be free when she found out on the show that he was cheating on her. She's still there. She's still there. Me too. She had a little something. What do you mean I'm doing? I'm cleaning like I always do. What do you want? Like, it would be cool for like 2 seconds, and then both of them are fighting. I'm like, how is this healthy? How is everybody jumped that man? Everybody. I don't think we ever seen him out of prison. He was in prison the entire time for robbing banks. And Drita thought it was so cute. She was like, it's not funny when, Lee robbed banks. I miss them girls. I miss them. But he was in prison the entire show. He was in prison. And I'm telling you, he got out of prison. It's just spreading like rumors. Still with that man. And I'm like, Drita, come on. I remember everybody was trying to get with Drita, and she's just, I'm loyal to Lee. Oh, child. Anyway, family, I could be here with y'all forever. This is a good time. I love y'all. Let me get out of here. Let me put the timestamps. Give me about 10 or so minutes to put the timestamps in the video, and I will see you tomorrow, probably for 90 Day Fiance, the last resort in a reality TV chat. I think I'm going to talk about Drag Race, Love After Lockup. I'm going to watch the first episode of Never Ever Met, since Ready to Love ain't coming back into the summer. Weird move. And I think that's it. Yeah, I think those are the only shows I'm going to talk about. And then Friday I have something No. I have something special coming up. You'll see. Anyway, let me get out of here. You guys are saying night. It's early for me. I love y'all. Thank you so much for tuning in. Always a good time with the Star family. I'll see you soon for something else. Bye. Mwah.